There we go. Ugh. What a set of days it's been.
It has been a crazy set of days.
And there's plenty of crazy days to come. It's so funny being like a, fan of the whole EFAP channel, getting that, like, dissent with the director, and then suddenly an insane back and forth between myself and several others screaming about taking content away from everybody and stuff. It's just like, what the fuck's going on? But here we are. That's the miracle adventure of EFAP, I suppose, or just the internet.
Definitely.
There we go.
As soon as that discourse blew up, I was like, Mahler's gonna be here. I can sense it.
You can smell it. What is crazy because the two, like, groups, if that could be said as a thing, are just fucking moving further and further away from each other, or like remotely understanding each other. We'll say after that debate, I have more understanding of the position of why I should be allowed to steal everybody's stuff, but
what?
It's still
That's your position, Mahler?
Fuck no. I mean that I understand the position.
Mahler specifically.
Just you?
Be careful here.
Just me. Well, this is the thing. There were so many interesting tidbits about that conversation, which was uploaded like 6 hours ago. So EFAP chat, you should have watched that already. That's how that works, I guess. Where it was like the implication was so if everyone can do it, then like stealing stuff because they have the community aspect transforming the content, and XQC said like no, it needs to be like the higher up people because they need to have the community in the first place. It's just like I feel like this will be a bit top heavy in terms of who it's going to benefit as a whole system.
Well, he said it's very top heavy. He said it's very top heavy and capitalist because that's a big word.
That is a big word. There's syllables.
It's a big word for XQC. That's pretty impressive.
And it bothered me that the only person in that conversation that actually correctly pointed out that XQC was not being capitalist, was being like a leftist in that conversation, was Pisco, who was probably the most left-wing person in the conversation.
That part was funny as fuck, where he said, "Are you guys communists?"
I was like, wait, like the basis of capitalism is property rights, and you're talking about taking someone's property without like their permission, their intellectual property.
But it'll make the world a better place, Sage.
Not
okay,
Pisco
communist.
and Toronto's with the sane person opinions. What the fuck's happening?
I know.
But also, you are taking the labor of others, right? You're benefiting off the labor of others. So that's a capitalist, right?
I'm throwing you under the bus, Chad, you communist.
I was actually just going to mention that I think
would never take the labor of others.
The thing though is I think the same people, depending on their political identity, might conceptualize the same thing as either property or labor.
They could.
There's a lot, really. There's a lot.
Well, we're gathered here today to discuss the insane development in the React sector of the whole YouTube
Say it like
sphere.
it's at a funeral. Like
It is.
Gathered
It's a
here
funeral
today
for
to witness the death of content.
The death of reason.
All content ever.
I was brought to a point in that conversation where I was told like just having chat on the screen, no matter what you're looking at, means you've transformed it, meaning it's like yours now. That was insane.
Wow.
Really? Just having a chat scrolling?
Just chat. And I even said at one point, like, how couldn't I just at that point just it doesn't even need to be chat that relates to the fucking video. I could just have chat in general. They're all just saying random shit. Like if I transformed it now. It's a different world. Like this is the thing. We're from the EFAP world where we've got pretty, I would say, I guess, relatively high standards on how to transform stuff. To the point where if someone's talking once per 2 minutes, we're like, it's a bit uncomfortable. You kind of basically just taking the video. Meanwhile, in their world, it's like I can not talk for the whole thing. I can. He even made a point about how his chair.
People get mad. People get mad when you pause it.
That too, yeah. I was going to say that he said his chair like adds more than most YouTubers or whatever. He was very yeah.
Okay. I recall Mahler at one point. I wanted to start doing live reactions myself. So I asked you, like, what was the rules? Like, how do you not get copyright struck? And you basically said, pause constantly, which is, the name of your show. And you also put like a 65%...
Pause constantly is the name of our show. That's right.
Okay.
Welcome to Pause Constantly.
Close enough. Okay.
True.
It's the Chinese ripoff. It's the Chinese
pause
ripoff.
Constantly. Yes. Pause constantly.
Pause constantly. Okay.
Oh wait. Pause constantly. I went to high school with him. He's a really nice guy. Yeah. If you guys see him, say hi to me. Yeah.
And the other rule was you have an overlay that while you're paused, you put up, and it's like 65% opacity or something. And then generally that means that the auto flagger won't get you.
Not a bad
That's most of the trouble on YouTube is getting automatically flagged.
And then the rules
my
for Twitch are
experience.
basically steal it. It doesn't really matter.
The rules for Twitch are there are no.
Watch full TV shows.
But you
Just
understand
don't
the
say
reason for
the-
that is because Twitch doesn't have a content ID equivalent, right?
Apparently, but like they still get in trouble here and there with different things, right?
That's
But it
only
had
if
to be
they
someone
someone
find
know-
it.
That's only
Yeah,
once.
someone
Twitch-
notices
yeah.
live.
Twitch does have a
oh,
content
yeah.
ID equivalent though. Chud. Twitch does have one. Yeah.
But then
Oh.
they've got one for music allegedly, but like there was a big fucking ruckus where loads of people were getting clapped for stuff, and then it just stopped. So it doesn't happen anymore, and people are just listening
Oh.
to copyright music, no problem.
So-
apparently, it's very weird. I don't know.
I used to know somebody who worked at Twitch back. This is like 8 years ago, so it's old information. But basically, when YouTube developed their own in-house copyright ID system, Twitch bought the old one that YouTube was licensing, and they used that for a while. But yeah, I think it was primarily music. Also, however, Twitch doesn't have the staff right now internally to actually manage everyone.
Yes.
You could just stream whatever the fuck you want on Twitch right now and roll the dice. You're not going to get banned.
You can
Yeah, but you
stream
think they could
TV
manage the
shows.
big-
Just don't say a word.
You think they can manage the big streamers at the very least, right? I mean, that's where most of the eyes
Actually,
are.
they tend not to ban the big streamers because that's the
Well,
majority of their
obviously.
revenue.
Yeah, right.
They get
Because
most
they
of the
want the
from it,
money.
so. Yep.
I mean, Kai Cenat has just instigated a riot in New York. I doubt he's going to get banned for that.
It's
Nope.
probably white supremacy's fault.
I think it's Chud's fault.
Man,
Well, what's the difference?
I've seen like I saw a small streamer, maybe like 100 viewers. He got mugged during an IRL stream and got banned for violence from Twitch.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, like someone comes up and just steals from him and like beats the shit out of him, and he's like banned for violence. However, the riot that was just incited was on stream. Way more violence. He's not going to get banned. There's obviously
In this mugging, what race was the perpetrator and victim? Can I just
Wow.
Look at this guy obsessed.
I know.
I disavow all violence.
There you go. We did it.
Do you have to ask Chud?
Okay.
Wow.
Wow, Dad, I can't believe
Did you have to
answered
ask
that.
on our stream?
You're all fucking horrible, horrible people. Anyway, enter the watch together because we got to get this
Yeah,
started.
we
We're going to
love
be here for a
everyone.
while.
All right, everyone.
Oh.
I hope you pee-peed and poo-pooed and you brought provisions. It's
Yes.
going to be a long journey across the desert.
Also, well, I guess if it's worthwhile, who here has not met each other? Because there's probably at least someone, right?
I think I know everyone here.
Does everyone know
I think we've
everyone
all
here?
met each other, haven't we?
There's a
There's
couple
one-
of people I'm not familiar with.
Ugh,
Yeah,
fine.
name them.
A few people I haven't spoken with. But
All right.
I'm familiar with everyone.
Chud, this is Rags. Say hello.
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 Hello, I am Rags. I'm a dog. I run a podcast.
Rags.
talk about
Chud, I'm
things.
Mola. Hi.
Okay, hello.
There you go. I think that's it, right? You know everyone else.
Well, I kind of know Short Fat Taku. He's a chaser. Is that right?
Wow.
Pretty sure you said this last
Yes.
time. Like,
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same jokes, recycling them. Why not?
Oh, you're on the
Wow.
Chasers
And
War on
also,
everything.
you react to and steal my content all the time.
oof.
Yeah, because you asked me to. I wouldn't watch it otherwise. Boring.
Oof.
Boring fascist content.
Man.
See,
Burn.
that's
True.
basically
It's
my
like you're
take on
lucky
the
I
whole
steal your
conversation.
content.
You should
Like-
be
like-
grateful.
I don't
Use
I don't
the-
necessarily know about this recent debate you had, Mahler, but I know in general, even if I were to lose some viewers because somebody, it's like a streamer that I know and like watches my stuff, I'm actually okay with that because I want to get their input. You know?
I am okay
enjoy
with
it.
people being okay with it. You must understand.
Yeah, it
I've
feels good.
seen plenty of Chud watching videos. He transforms them.
Yeah.
That's going to be his problem if he tries to defend people like XQC, because he's going to find out that. Do you ever watch his reactions, Chud?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's funny. I don't want to like be the I knew ages ago guy, but I'm going to do that. I criticized XQC for this ages and ages ago. I think when Hassan was getting criticized, because I was like, look, original video 10 minutes, his upload 11 minutes, but there wasn't like a big uproar about it at the time. And because he's been doing this for ages. This, it's only
Mhm.
recently he's been called out heavily for it, and I think it's because of the Mutahar tweet and the drama around that.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
I don't know if you know, but like the H3 Hassan segment on the Leftovers podcast was pretty hilarious. Hassan
Oh, what's
says,
that? Yeah.
finally, XQC is criticized when it's just been me for years, which is really funny. It's like he's definitely not the only one, but my God, he's one of the best perpetrators of it. Also, Chud, I'm calling you out specifically because I feel like you're the only person that'll probably make the mistake. Don't
Oh.
show the.
Don't show.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now, I think
gonna
everybody's
do it.
in. Is there anything anyone wants to say before we just
To
jump
what?
into
The
what
N-word
this
that we
is going to
typed out in
be?
our chat?
Hello, anyone?
Hello,
Why
what?
only
Sorry, what's
me?
happening?
I said, is
I
there anything
am
anyone
the
wants to
professional.
say to begin all of this before we kick into what I've got as a compilation?
Well,
Yeah,
actually, I'm a bit curious. Like, how early in the conversation are you starting us off? Like, you going right back to the start to?
So that we're going to
all
start
the
with
details?
3 major examples of XQC's reactions, edited to show the majority of them. I skipped past most of the actual video because I don't want to make the exact same mistake that he does. But we're going to watch that for context, and then we're going to start looking at arguments for why that's a good thing.
Right,
Mahler,
okay.
for someone who hasn't seen your debate with XQC, what is your position on this? Just
I know that there's a lot of different, like, I think Jack's Films focuses on credit. I think Mutahar is going with, like, the theft angle, and I think he's with transformative as well. We here on EFAP, and myself included, of course, mainly are focusing on transformative. That's what we want. As to whether or not it harms a creator, I feel like, there's ways to prove
that's the
that
goal, right? I mean,
well, it's complicated in terms of whether or not it does. But well, I was asked this. It's like, don't you want to?
I mean,
I was told, like, when you guys react to something, you might replace them in SEO. You might, be able to change their reputation or whatever. And I was like, yeah, but if it's criticism, that's totally fine. That's like the idea.
Yeah,
but when you're just
totally.
stealing it, that becomes unethical. Like it's not like. It's kind of annoying when you say, like, you shouldn't steal people's stuff because it can, replace them in SEO, and then someone says, yeah, but you do that when you provide a breakdown of everything they've said. It's like, that's obviously a different thing. Like, I don't know why we would even... You're using them for entertainment.
just making sure we're good, okay? As
Oh,
long as
well,
we're good, we're
it's
good.
funny to have, right? Like, I would argue that EFAB and, Sitch and Adam as video reacts on a
Sitch and Adam,
podcast...
that's a new... Don't you normally call it Adam and Sitch? I mean, I've been on
Look
I
at this
almost
guy
did
over
right
here.
there. That I was like,
This guy.
you know what,
There was a
maybe
pause. I heard it.
I did, yeah, because I was like, maybe I should actually give the actual name this time, just to be clear. But
Thank you.
yeah, we as podcasts, we run both of the ones that I assume on the internet pause the most and recreate, like
we're
for every
competitive, definitely
competitive pauses. But yeah, like there's plenty of podcasts that look at videos, but I don't think anybody pauses as much as we do.
Yeah, we're over pausers all
when
here,
you
so.
say when you say transformative, do you mean from a legal sense, or are you saying something different way?
I would say, because this came up in the debate as well, I'm kind of gunning
yes.
for moral, because legal,
Yes.
there's an angle in legal that annoys me a little bit, which is the whole, like, you shouldn't have more than a particular percentage of the original content in whatever you're making, otherwise it's not fair use, when I'm like, I don't know about that.
Well, it's supposed to be that, like, every part you have to use it. Like, so I think you use 100%.
There's concept of
critiquing
minimal
100%.
usage. You must only use the smallest part possible to make the point you need to make, right? That's another
Right.
thing as well.
That's not necessarily what either EFAP
100%,
or Sitch and Adam do, though, right?
I'm cool with that.
Right.
Even extensive reacting isn't necessarily legal, but morally, like, for example, if you had Lord of the Rings and your reaction was 15 hours long, breaking down every scene, the movie studio is going to fuck you in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's totally reasonable that you're not going to get the same experience.
Yeah,
like,
no one has
you know
15 hours to watch the whole video. Like,
well, and it's been said
so.
that I don't know that my videos would actually make it through, like, a court case about fair use. I don't know. It's complicated.
Can you imagine the jury watching the entire 15 hours?
Is this fair use?
Oh God, it sounds like the Chris Chan trial where they're just watching every part of the Chris Chan documentary.
Oh, no.
Hundreds of hours.
Exhibit B, Sonnet.
Exactly.
Oh my God, what's A?
I think we all know what that's going to be, don't we?
Oh,
Oh, well, so anyway,
Him fucking his mother. That's what I mean. Sorry.
my
you mean
God.
grandmother, don't you?
That's not an exhibit,
Well, I
is
don't know.
it? What kind of
I
fucked up
thought-
zoo is this?
I mean, it could be.
In any case,
I
yeah,
think
go
we'll
from a
take that.
moral perspective of what I believe is transformative, which is, I've discovered, complicated the whole discussion dramatically, because some people believe, like I said, that having a chair on screen or having chat up is enough to be transformative, which comes across as a tad insane, but that's the difference
sounds
between
retarded.
different
that
communities,
is an
right?
insane take, yes.
Well, I even
Well,
asked, I don't know if I got an
so-
answer, but I even said, like, what if there was no chat, no chair, it's just a re-upload, but you have the comment section of that community, is that good enough? which sounds
Well,
insane, right?
I
Again,
think the whole for me, I think the biggest thing is like, could someone watch your video and get a close enough experience to the original that they could forgo watching the original?
That's
And I
good.
just,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
that's-
don't think.
That's the important question: is that does this replace it in the market? And
meanwhile,
the reaction obviously it doesn't, right?
you know, someone reviewing fucking Shazam or whatever, and then we respond to it in full. I feel like we don't replace it necessarily in terms of the experience you would have gotten from their review. Ours is a completely different thing where we clinically like break down every point and talk about whether or not we think it's valid or whatever, which I feel is a very different piece of content compared to what they made. And then of course I think it's protected by criticism.
Well,
And,
don't you think that the argument would essentially be that transformative is that you are taking something and turning it into something that is substantially new?
what's the
even if
problem
it's
in it?
reliant-
Substantially.
Yeah.
Well, sure,
Well-
but I mean, I think it's fine to be able to like have a discussion about what you think substantially is, but that, you know what I mean? Like, just because it's not a clear line doesn't mean that there isn't.
Yeah, and
some,
you know, my suggestion is that we
delineation
hold it pretty high.
Yep.
Even like I said, to the point where if
Actually-
we let something play for like a minute and a half, we start getting a bit uncomfortable. We're like, we say something.
Frankie, that actually reminded me of something. What you just said. You all remember the Sargon Aquila obviously thing, right?
Mhm.
How he ended up
Yes,
winning that court
I read about
case?
this.
Yeah. So what
I
he did
assure you
was-
it happened.
Yeah, he took that video, he cut it around a bit, but it was like 100% her content, and he re-uploaded it with a different title. And the reason he won the case is because even though it was entirely stolen content from her point of view, the fact that it was the action of recutting it and the fact that it was him who re-uploaded it with that other title made it transformative because he was mocking her and he was using entirely her own words to do it. So even small edits, I think, can end up working out as being a new thing.
I think you can make a
Yeah.
really solid argument that if your edit transforms the thesis of the video, like if
Or
it
the
was
intention of it, yeah.
like if it
Yeah.
was-
So when I would appeal to the, well, pardon
Sorry.
me, go for it.
I was just saying that if the original video had one intention in mind and your edit created a different intention that argued with the original one, I think it would be impossible to argue that that's not transformative. Personally.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like transforms the message.
I mean, I just think it's probably worth clearing up. Right, in our discussion here today, we're gathered here today. I'm assuming we're all willing to just say this is not necessarily for court. This is more personal, moral
Well, yeah.
perspective. Right?
And I was naively under the assumption that we all mostly understand where the line is. Like we can all kind
Yeah.
of tell, but it's like no, the more people you meet around this side of YouTube or Twitch, whatever, the more you realize like, oh shit, you have a completely different point of view to the angle that like if I'm there smiling, I've transformed it. It's like fucking hell.
Right.
You know, I actually thought that for a minute, but I don't think I agree with you, Muller. I think everyone knows, just some people don't care. It's
You
like it's like
sure?
with piracy. Yeah, it's like with piracy. You know, like everyone knows they shouldn't actually be pirating movies or torrenting or whatever. But
I
you know, they don't
would
give a fuck.
download a car.
It's like it's like fuck it, I want it. Fuck you.
download a
Like,
baby.
You know, the attitude isn't some sort of principled stance. It's just no, I want it, and I don't really care.
I
Oh, yeah.
think I think everyone knows intrinsically. I think everyone has a pretty good sense of fairness intrinsically. But I don't think it's that they're like lying. I think they end up convincing themselves. You know, XQC and these other people convince themselves that they're adding something, they're transforming it, even when, you know, they're really
Well,
not.
I don't know. It's like I thought everybody agreed with the concept that if you create something that you own it, like that you ought to own it, you know? But it doesn't work
Okay,
like that.
well,
don't
there's,
say that.
there's
Well, yeah,
many
you see,
socialists out there
not
who
when
do
it's
not agree
other
with that at
people's
all.
stuff.
Depends.
If it's someone
That really
else's shit,
depends.
then it should be mine. Really.
Right.
It's the community stuff, Fringy.
It's our
Yes.
stuff. It's our
Yeah, I
content.
guess I don't know. Like I thought that we generally thought it was a good idea. It's like you created something out of nothing when you went out and you made that piece of art. You painted that painting, you wrote that book or something, and now you get to own it and you get to decide how that is engaged with by the world. But like,
Nope.
I guess we don't feel that way.
No,
Like,
there's a bunch of people out there. There's actually a fair amount of political theory out there where it's like, okay, because even though you're making this piece of art, well, you've eaten food by it's been grown by a farmer, and so because you've engaged in some sort of consensual trade with a farmer, that farmer also has a stake in what you do, right? And that stake
well,
exists
I mean,
in
I-
perpetuity. So every single
Okay,
person you've ever interacted with also now has a stake in whatever you make, which is retarded, but some people actually think this.
okay.
There you go. There's angles to everything. You can't be original in any way, shape, or form, which, by the way, does get rolled out every once in a while. It's like everything is derivative. Everything comes from something else.
So therefore, fuck it.
Yeah, why have any rules about anything? Whatever.
I just okay.
So people are asking. Oh, go ahead.
I think part of the issue, like, 'cause I don't think XQC is a malicious guy. I don't think he's thinking like I'm going to steal everybody's content. I think part of the issue is the way he's framing the dynamic in his head, where it's like when he has an audience looking at him through a webcam, it's like he's having his friends over at his house.
Yes,
and
correct.
He just wants to play videos for people. It's just like I'm watching a movie with my buddies. Hey, you guys want to watch The Dark Knight? And then he'll play that on Twitch, and it's like, dude, you can't digitally broadcast that. These are different worlds, and you're sort of overlapping them in your head like this weird Venn diagram that shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
You know, to his credit, though, it's actually pretty easy to fall into that headspace. I think everyone has who's ever streamed, like, oh, this is just me and my friends, but actually there's like 1,000 people watching or 500 people watching or whatever it is.
Why do you say that in
It's not
front
my
of
friends. They're all retarded. Don't say that about me.
I'm gonna disagree with this because I haven't actually seen a lot of XQC content until I seen
doesn't
clips
make
and I never
content.
really understood. Yeah, there you go. I never really understood his appeal until I listened last night to Mahler having his conversation/debate with XQC, and he's very he's very minded about how to make money and how to make content. And I didn't really get the impression that he was like, oh, these are just with my friends. No, he's like, oh, I'm going to do this to make clips to make money. He just seemed very business minded in that conversation. And I think another big problem that he has is that he comes off like a huge asshole in the conversation. There's no humility to anything he's talking about. Even with Hassan, when Hassan had the whole chair saga, and Hassan's like still an asshole. At the end of the day, Hassan was kind of like, okay, I did it wrong. Where with XUC, for like 90% of that conversation till the very end, where he eventually concedes that he would just be willing to pay content creators like any amount of money essentially to use their stuff, which I'm curious if that's like a real opinion or if that was a debate opinion. But until that point, he was just kind of like, oh, he had like this ego that he gets to deserve to do this because he's a larger streamer and he's a successful streamer, and therefore he knows better how to manage other people's content.
Right. He was definitely
sounds
rude
ridiculous.
in some of the interviews that or just
Little
like
bit.
conversations that he was having. Yeah. Right.
Because
Just anybody who has a problem with him on Twitter, even like if they are not personally hurting from what he's doing, it's just like, I don't care, suck my balls. Like he'll just say that over and over. It's like, oh,
Yes.
dude.
But I think it's unfortunate because I think that's why he's popular. That he has this like childish appeal to like, oh, the like, fuck you, mom, I'm not going to bed. Like, I'm assuming that's what you feel is this stuff.
Well, yeah. Like, what would you prefer then? Would you prefer like you approach him and he's like, "Hey, you're stealing from me." He's like, "Yeah, I am. Fuck you. I want to. This is mine now. Fuck you." Or would you prefer him be like go on some sort of moral crusade? No, I have a right to this, and you're actually wrong about this, and no, I'm in the right. Like, which attitude do you prefer? Just the fuck you, I got.
Well,
mine,
I mean,
or
I would
the
prefer the
trying to
latter,
make-
honestly. But
you're basically
Really?
highlighting the difference between
Yes.
XQC and Hassan, by the way.
I can
Okay,
see a
fair
lot
enough. Yeah.
of teenagers and like preteens being much more into he just says fuck you to everybody who even tries to get something from him. And
Yeah, Mom, I'm 13 now. I eat unhappy meals.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if it was you, Mahler, or it was, I forget his name, the guy who yells a lot, who I was glad ended up yelling a lot, XQC a lot, was talking about how like
Mahler and them
they were
often
all
get them confused. Yeah,
Yes.
people, I get those two confused. Yeah.
like they're saying that like if XQC and Abos, who I did not expect to come on and basically defend X in that situation,
that was a wild card.
that was very surprising. When people are coming on talking about like, oh, that they'd be totally fine sharing revenue with these people, and someone's like, well, wait a minute, nothing's stopping you from doing that. You can do that now.
You can just
And
give
it's like,
people money
well,
for free.
Yeah, it's like, well, there's no system in place for me to do it. Like, it's like, well, what do you mean? You
PayPal.
could just PayPal them the money. It's like, well,
Yeah.
no, there's no system that's automatic, that's easy. It's like, oh, so you just want it to be really easy for you to do. Okay, I understand.
Wait a second. Did you say Abbott defended XQC?
Dude,
Yes,
he went
it's very,
further
very
than
surprising.
XQC, I believe.
Abbott just struck Pearl for
I know,
React
yeah.
content from.
Yeah, Destiny
Sorry,
brought that up, and
go
Abba was like, you know, that he's gonna. I can't remember if he said he's gonna draw that back or if he's gonna do something else. But apparently
He said he's changed his mind in the last few days or something.
What the fuck? It was clearly just like a little bitter act that he did. I
Yeah.
think from the looks of it.
No, dude, seriously, it felt like it wasn't even Albert I was talking to. He
Yeah, that was
said that he'd be
bizarre.
fine if I fully uploaded his like entire channel onto my channel because it would count as transformative as long as my community react to it in chat. I can monetize that apparently. I don't buy it at all. I really don't think that's actually what he believes, but that's what he
You know, it's
said.
just a debate opinion.
Well, I don't know. People were saying like, was he trolling? It's like I don't know. I don't know what that was. Like, it was throwing me off.
But the thing is, but William actually made a good point on Twitter about this. He said, like, we don't want it to be where you can't react to each other and genuinely in good faith and argue via YouTube videos, because that's the whole culture of YouTube is fighting with each other over takes and stuff through React content.
Right, but it's like, why can't... I mean, obviously we can draw a line, as we all seem here to do, between what you're talking about, where we react to each other, argue with each other, criticize each other, and... Oh, let me play this video that you guys are going to like while I go make chicken nuggets.
Put in a little bit of effort to like make it into something that offers something new as an experience.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone actually wins then, instead of
Yeah.
pretending
It's
like
the
everyone
solution.
wins.
It is the solution that everyone is looking for, that everyone agrees with on the whole. Dark Viper's got a bit more of an extreme view, maybe, but everyone else, I think, is like, yeah, just put some effort in and we're golden. But no one seems to want to do that.
It is literally insane, because if XQC was to react harder, I feel like he would benefit and the creators would have less of a case to say it's not transformative. Edit the uploads so that you cut out a lot of the dead air of him just eating or whatever. But his defense of that, of course, is that like they need the context, otherwise they don't know what he's reacting to. Which, you know...
I feel like that speaks to the nature of how much of the heavy lifting is being done by the original creation rather than you.
Absolutely. Well, and we can get context for that, because a lot of people are asking, how has this come to be again? Didn't we do all of this a year ago or so, and then a year before that?
Unfortunately, I don't know. It feels like it's over on the like changing people's minds substantially. I think on like React content. There've been big blow-ups like as far as a decade ago, and it's only gotten worse.
It's like it goes
Sorry, guys.
both directions at the same time. It's like there's way more of it and it's way worse, but also people seem to be getting angrier about it. So I don't know what's going to happen exactly.
I don't know. I feel like people got really angry back when the Jinx stuff was happening.
Well, and that actually facilitated change, right? But this
and
one,
like, at least
Jinx was black, racist.
At least like he was there the whole time.
What was the Jinx story?
Oh, well, he just basically like made YouTube videos where he would like watch other people's videos in full and basically only go, oh yeah, that was pretty great. Anyway, like and subscribe.
Yeah, a laugh track.
in fact, there was a content cop on him from iDubbbz once upon a time.
Yep.
But again,
I
the
think
thing about him was that at least he sat there the whole time and watched the whole thing. He was always there. He didn't get up for like long periods.
I
That's
don't
a
think
good
people
thing I meant
realize
to say,
this.
with-
There's
at
been a
least with
butterfly
Jinx.
effect. There's been a domino butterfly effect where iDubbbz walked back as content cops, and then there was that woman Ole, that black woman, that was like, "You deserve reparations for Jinx," basically. And I think that people are feeling emboldened because Jinx now has been cleared, maybe in some ways because the content cop apparently doesn't apply. But the content cop was correct. Jinx was just a content thief. You know?
Yeah, simple as.
You're saying we rolled back the police and now the criminals are coming out? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. So we need more content cops, more racist content cops.
If you ever were to make an effort to really good faith Jinx, though, or at least his content, I think the idea would be, hey, what if there's people who just want to watch these YouTube videos and essentially have a laugh track? Like, they feel like there's a friend in the room with them. And I guess I understand that, but it also is kind of a shitty excuse at the same time.
I feel like it almost speaks to a more fundamental problem that about like the nature of like, I don't know, is this like loneliness or something? Like, I don't know.
I mean, people.
I
people
agree.
can-
Yep. People are
people can
seeking a
want-
human connection, I think. Sorry, go ahead, man.
No, it's like this came up in the conversation that you had last night, where it's like people can want or like something. That doesn't mean it should be legal or moral. Just because people
It was
want something.
insane how many times I got told like, yeah, the people want it. It's like I don't fucking care. Why is that
all
enough
sorts
to
of
just make the
terrible
thing happen?
things.
Insane. Why do you have to like retread some of the most basic principles ever known? I was asked for examples. Like, give me an example. I think I went with people wanting to see children fight to the death. Like, and he was like, well, that's like a crime. So
Why
yeah,
should it be? People want it.
yeah, people want it. Fuck it.
There's a market.
So what happened was Lemino, for those who don't know, is a very talented YouTuber. Makes videos at this point like once per year or something. Does extensive breakdowns of events in history that, let's just say, you may have found in other places, but the way he does it is very unique, very informative, very creative, and very cool. He puts out a video. I think it was it an hour and 40 or something? It's about the JFK assassination. I fully recommend it.
like that.
Really good video. And people started reacting
is it
to it.
full schizo or
What do you mean?
No.
like okay? So it's actually historical. Like okay, it's not like a schizo idea. Okay.
What?
Well, listen, the JFK
He's asking if it's a
assassination was, like,
conspiracy
8
theory or
Yeah,
He's
there's
he's
18
debunking. He's debunking. Don't worry, mate. Okay,
Listen,
you fucking lib.
Not
There's so
hypothesizing
many
that aliens
different
did it.
weird
or something.
stories about the JFK assassination, man. I just want to know if this is like a
Oh, he talks
conspiracy
about the
theory
aliens
runtime.
and the cave
Okay,
people
okay,
and
good.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all in
You
there.
know the ones who did it. Yeah.
Yeah,
did Jesse
Oh, okay,
Ventura
okay, got
personally
it.
shoot JFK?
and Marge Simpson. You could see her hair in the
An
grassy
alien with a
knoll.
rifle in the Texas Book Depository.
So
Proof-
the reactors rolled out, and then people started posting pictures of how in the search results you'd see Lemino's video, and then you'd see Hassan reacting to Lemino's video, and then you'd see HexQC reacting to Lemino's video, and I think XQC's was like 10 minutes longer than the original, and it was like, oh. And that's like the best way to actually get people to even know this is happening, just that image, because they recognize immediately what the problem is. Everyone does. But maybe that's unfair, right? Maybe the reaction is actually he's muted the video and he's talking over it like an audio commentary, and that he's talking all about the production and stuff, and it completely transformed it. You don't know. Have you watched it?
Yeah, Mahler.
Yeah, fuck you. I did watch it. I watched a lot of his reactions, and let's just say that I know there's a quote in here as well as he's obviously said he does not upload the VODs to YouTube unless he considers them to be essentially transformative.
While still gaining the utility of having done that on stream anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
So
Just out of curiosity, does his video appear above the original?
I don't think it appears
in the
above.
search engine? Okay. And how big of a channel is the original channel?
Pretty big, millions of subs, I think.
5 million subs,
Okay.
and the video's got
Alright.
like 5 million views or something like that. So
So he's probably not starving or anything. He didn't like lose a shit ton of revenue.
But like
I'd
that's
assume.
it's never
Well, we
quite
don't
been
know.
my argument. It's just the one that seems to get people incensed on the topic, seeing that.
Yeah,
you know?
everyone talks about that. But
I don't think that the original creator at that level of viewership is necessarily being hurt. It's just like kind of a courtesy thing. It's discourteous to do that, and it's shitty to do that, and it could have an
there
impact.
might be,
possibly.
there might
might
be,
be.
there might be an impact.
Right.
It's just that for them, it's
There's not
as
been
big
there's
a
not been
deal
evidence
as
I've
for-
seen that
It's
there is an
difficult to
impact.
prove. It's more of an
Yes.
intuition thing of like someone
Yes.
says, "I'm going to watch Lemon." Ooh, actually, I'd watch it with XQC or something like that. And it gets XQC and Hassan and others into like the Lemino sort of search results anyway, which is always going to be beneficial to their channel, and it costs them nothing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
the loss that is incurred by doing this? Is there even a potential loss
Well,
incurred by?
XQC
Not for the
told me
streamer.
he told me his loss is that the video might be boring as fuck and it'll cost him entertainment on the stream.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
But I mean,
There are no
Wow.
downsides to the streamer. It's all upsides. Okay, you
Yeah.
don't need to
For
put
the
any effort
streamer,
in.
basically,
like-
yeah.
Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
what? Streamer slander? Oh my god.
So, what we got
Well,
first in this wonderful
okay.
compilation is checking out his take on or his reaction to Lemino's video. Is everyone ready to start this wonderful adventure?
Yes, I'd
Okay.
love to start.
Why is this a thing, though?
We're not
Nice.
watching children fight to the death.
I mean, we can do that at another stream if you want. Do it over at
Oh, man,
Adam and
I
Sitch.
do.
totally. Look, I
Well,
thought
we're
we were
kinda-
watching something fun here.
I mean, we're watching internet children argue to the death. Is
Internet
that
children.
Okay, okay.
Well,
This
that's
is not the
FCC.
return
You
of
got my
World Star
hopes
Hip
up,
Hop.
Mahler. Jeez.
I mean, I don't want to steal you guys' thing, I feel like that's plagiarism.
Mhm.
You guys started that, you popularized it, so full
Thank you.
respect.
Chat is here.
Transformative.
I'm here. We're all here. We're all holding
Chat,
hands.
yeah, with chat being present,
Oh,
it's
wait, do you-
transformative.
hold
now.
on. You were just mentioning the whole idea of like I wouldn't want to re-upload it if it wasn't transformative. But if chat is transformative, then it doesn't matter what his reaction is, right, or whether it's boring. By
So
virtue
this is
of chat
interesting.
being there,
I've got a clip of him in this compilation saying that having chat is not enough to transform it, and yet last night I believe he said that it was.
Okay, well, I will grant him that his perspective has developed over the last couple of days.
We'll call it
Maybe.
developed and not discovered along the way. Times 16 speed.
Louder again. Louder again.
What?
Louder again.
We need an XQC translator.
I don't
It
have
sounded
one.
like he might have said. It's like he might have said louder, guys. Like he's asking if it needs to be turned up.
I
for the
think
chat.
when you have
that-
9 individual minds listening to the lines, someone will be able to guess what it is, like, correctly. You can understand him. I've discovered that my understanding of his way of speaking has developed to be stronger and stronger the more I listen to him, so that could be the key.
It's like visiting a foreign country, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy assassination.
Yep, that's the video.
Very cool. I was glad that he was able to read assassination. That's a big word.
Yeah.
Everything seems fine so far.
All right. Everything
Yeah.
seems fine so far.
We've already gone through a pretty significant
So-
chunk of the video. Like, it's-
This is a pretty big
Mhm.
chunk of the video. You're putting this on 16 times speed, and he's just sitting there.
What counts as fine when you're talking about an assassination?
I guess he's trying to say nothing crazy about the events so far, which is it's just nothing. We haven't gotten to the part where he
No
got
aliens yet.
assassinated, so like it's probably
Well, it's gonna go off without a
Well,
hitch. It's
in
fine.
in
okay.
the video, the assassination part is really just so this is when he shot the president, and it's a very matter of fact thing. Like, this is where he shot the president, and then he carries on with a list of events and the accounts of the witnesses, and then we're calling the gunshots, and then the grassy knoll thing, and that sort of thing. So it's not like a big, super dramatic element of the video when Kennedy was allegedly shot in the back of the head in Dallas in 1963 or 4, whichever one. 3.
Who cares?
who
Positive.
cares?
He's dead.
Whatever.
He's dead now.
Okay, here's the thing, right? Though people say this is like, oh, what is there to react to? Well, if there's nothing to react to, why are you reacting to the fucking
Oh my
video?
god, Chud's already
Turn
taken
it
that
off.
point.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Chuck.
yeah.
Turn it off and
Maybe-
fucking
maybe-
go. Oh, go and watch it.
Maybe
I've
this
got
is
something to
something that's
say.
worth rolling out early, but when people are like, "What, react harder?" Yeah.
Yes.
Unironically,
Literally, yeah.
yes.
Well, and
Yes.
I don't know that. What are you supposed to say when someone was like, "I have no idea what I could add to this"? You're like, "Oh, man, there's so many."
If only there was a way to solve this.
Well, but
tricky.
like, not even the
Let's just
whole.
keep rebooting.
Not even the whole don't watch it, but the whole, like, you really have nothing you could possibly say about all of this incredible creative work. There's nothing.
You can't talk about how amazing the art style, like the general minimalistic aesthetic of these like Lemino videos, or like the music, or the tone that's being set.
Clarity
by
of
all this
information.
culminating together. Yeah, clarity of information, exactly. Like how easy it is to follow along, how he presents it like a story, like a narrative that you can follow, like in a.
And that it would have taken a while to order all of the events in a way that's
Exactly.
satisfying and understandable.
And then, of course,
And then
you
the
know,
3D graphics,
well,
the map,
yep.
being able to visualize where everything is, because
Guys,
I watched
guys,
this video and yeah.
He did all of that. He said everything's good so far.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
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 Brevity is the soul of wit.
I mean, maybe I
Yeah.
don't understand him like his chat does, but try
Yeah,
to
maybe
good
his
faith.
chat brought up all these points, and that counts.
True. And chat is
True.
transformative.
That was another thing I was going to say about the whole transformative angle. It's like, does anyone read all of chat? No.
I do.
They're just like, well, you won't be able to with his, probably. It's going to be going by pretty fast.
I'm
In
still-
the
YouTube
chat
frogs,
elements,
YouTube frogs, YouTube frogs.
the chat element only works with the live stream. Definitely not the re-upload, because who watches chat on a
Well,
re-upload?
I guess
They would
guess
argue
what
they
you could
do.
appeal to the existence
No
of the
one does
chat.
that.
Oh,
Not
Sitch,
anymore.
how could
Like
you say
there
that?
was like a time at like 2009, 2010 when chats were a lot slower. People actually did look at chat in re-uploads. It was a thing, 12 years ago. But
Yeah, 12 years
nowadays,
ago.
nowadays a chat box just serves to show popularity. Because if your chat's going by fast, you're a big streamer. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was insane, right? Or-
You can be generous and say that, sure.
I'm trying to good faith it, man. It's hard.
Good faith Gary over here.
Yeah.
Any vacancy was for him to become employed. Okay.
Of events. It's a very strange way to go.
Brilliant.
I would have loved to have known what he was thinking about. What is,
Yeah.
you know, but
He was figuring something out.
yeah.
He was
Okay,
thinking
true.
about-
Yeah, makes sense.
True.
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 Riveting.
Yep.
But isn't strange good though to build a strong alibi if it's like kind of far out and kind of crazy? I mean,
So,
What?
just to give context, what he's saying is, what we just got told by Lemino is the nature of him working at the book depository meant the way that he got there, how he got the job, is very convoluted if his goal was to eventually have a position to assassinate the president. And now he's saying, yeah, but isn't that good? Because it makes it look even less likely that you were planning to do that. The mistake he's making, of course, is Lemino's point, is that there's no way he could have planned to do it that way because the president wasn't planning to come here before
Right.
the job was, and he's about to realize that.
I missed
The
the point.
building had.
Like when he said I missed the point.
I'm 16.
Maybe I'm missing the point, but that just devil's advocate. You could say that he's doing that because he didn't want to tell the other guy that he had an argument and say that he's going back to fucking fix the argument or whatever the fuck, right? He just came up with this
Good
fucking
faith
wild.
as well.
That's like something. I'm okay with that as commentary. It's like, okay.
It's so difficult to understand what he's saying.
It is hard. I know chat are gonna be like, what does he say? I don't always know, okay? So I can't translate.
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh,
trying
look at the chat! Look at the chat! Look at the chat at the top.
Listen,
You're
even
stealing
as
his
a
content,
fellow
yes.
Canadian,
Fireball,
what a
you
chat.
legend.
Fireball, what are you doing in XQC's stream? That's not a place for you.
See,
That's where
even
you
as a
go.
fellow Canadian, I can't fucking understand this guy. I
Yeah,
hate
but you're not a
French, though,
fellow
so-
French Canadian, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even.
I'm very anti-French.
Wow.
Well, you know what? If there's anything I know about Canada, it's that half the people speak French and the other half let them.
I saw that
Like-
joke yesterday.
Like 5% of us speak French. It's just forced on the rest of us, and we all hate it.
Okay.
Hey, I mean, to be fair though, a
Fair.
significant chunk of our military.
Yeah,
The French people?
True.
Really?
French?
Yeah, lots of them in the military.
Highest
Yeah.
recruitment rating by province by a lot. Like it's
Interesting.
Well,
per cap-
isn't the main reason is because like Quebec has has lots of poverty, and it's kind of used the same way in America, where you pull people out of poverty by putting them in the military.
Kind of, yeah. I mean,
News
it's
Defense Squad.
it's a pretty good job if you don't have another way to make money.
One
you
thing
learn
I
a lot.
appreciate about Muller & Co. is how I can understand what you're all saying.
Oh, thank you very much. That's the nicest thing anyone's
That's
ever
the
said
nicest
to us.
compliment.
Thank you.
Despite all of our different accents, we're still speaking the
Isn't
same.
that nuts? Crazy.
We're an assemblage of people from all around the world.
I can often understand Adam, too.
Yeah.
John's West Coast.
Only often.
In the bedroom.
They're observing them. They're observing them.
Oh, come on. That's very observant of them. That's fucking obvious what that is.
That was
Taking the
not
piss
obvious.
now.
I'm sorry. This
Oh,
is
I
the
didn't.
thing.
I
was.
didn't actually catch it. No.
You got to understand, when you like crack it, it sounds clear as hell, but when you haven't, it sounds like noise.
Yeah, I often feel like that when a minority speaks.
Wow.
And maybe he put it to the side as soon as he got in to leave it there like it's nothing and pick it back later.
Comment? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm 16 again.
Oh, fuck, how does he know all that?
I'm not even sure if he means, like, how
But,
does
like-
the guy... Because this is about the two people, the guy who tells him about the president coming this way. I'm not sure if he's saying, how does he know all that, or he's asking how Lemino knows what he knows. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The route of the
Wait, hold up.
Sorry,
Sorry, just a small pause, So this random employee that isn't plotting anything.
Don't pause. Stop pausing. It's already 2 hours,
Wow.
bro.
That completely annihilates the transformative community aspect of it because they just
It's
literally
like-
just want to watch the video.
Well, he said that
Yes.
it's, you know, like,
Yeah.
he doesn't even need to be there. He did say that on
Right.
the debate, that that's why he considers himself replaceable. That was
He's
a whole other
dumb
thing,
shit.
too.
Nobody cares what he has
Just
to
go and
say.
watch the
Jeez.
video yourselves,
Well,
guys.
That's true.
They want to watch it with the community, apparently.
Yeah,
No one's
maybe
about
he
to-
does actually think that this is me hanging out with my friends watching TV.
No.
I really do think that, yeah.
And then you
No,
got
you
some
guys are too
dipshit
nice.
talking in your ear the whole time. You're like, shut the fuck
Well,
up,
isn't
dude, I'm
that
trying to
funny?
You
watch
can't
this."
understand.
But it gets to the point where you're trying to
Yeah.
watch a
Well,
TV show and
who
your friend
invited
keeps
you to this
pausing and
party?
injecting his opinions, and you're like, "Shut up! I don't care what you have to say."
Hey, shut the fuck up. Give me that remote.
I get
You,
the
you
feel
ever had that one friend who be beside you on the couch, just constantly talking through the movie?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm no longer friends with that guy.
One thing you are missing though, the reason the community members think like that, if you're in chat, right, you can do memes with each other and shit. I'm not excusing it, but I'm just saying that's the mentality. That's why they'll do it in chat.
Totally.
But
Yeah.
don't you
what I
think, Chad, don't you think it's nuts though that he's almost superfluous? They don't even want him to stop. They don't want him to talk.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, Tiny, yeah, it's a chat room. They're just hanging out with their friends.
Totally. Totally.
But like
This
to
is
the
a
point where
Zach
he's
Wilder
detrimental to the experience, the fucking
Yeah.
host.
To be fair, XQC is detrimental to any experience.
Route and shit like that, and the guy who's plotting this mega plan that has multiple steps doesn't know about it. How not?
What? So every 3.5 seconds for us is like a minute in the video.
It's a lot. To maybe help people understand, any section that has the time 16 in full, you have to watch that section 16 times to have the experience of how long it actually takes for him to talk again.
Isn't technically when you go with that path in practice, that line will be less blurry and more mixed than one separating to the other? Isn't technically when you go with that path in practice, that line will be less blurry and more mixed than one separating?
Like, I understand all of the English.
The words, yeah, the words. I understand the words. I recognize those as English words. But when they're in a sentence
ridiculous.
together, I don't know what's trying to be conveyed.
The
Nope.
line is less blurry. What don't you understand?
I think now that I know he's a Quebecer, I understand everything.
the other?
I thought he was like Swedish or something. That didn't click with me as why. I thought he was.
Yeah,
Just,
I think he's in Montreal, man.
now that I know, it's like, oh, okay, I get what he's saying. I just wasn't hearing it right.
It makes far less sense for someone like Oswald.
No? Okay, gotcha.
It makes far less sense for us
In
too.
practice? Damn, that's tough. It's a good video. It's a good topic too, I think. I mean, these are pretty big separate events.
On the morning of November the 22nd,
I don't
Yeah.
even know what events he's referring
I,
to.
I,
these
I was
big
just,
separate
just
events.
sure they're pretty big separate
You very
events.
well may be right. These big separate events.
I mean, JFK assassination. That was a very small, minor thing. That's
Big separate events, not small connected events.
no.
Guys, sorry, listen. I've got us back. Listen, this is bad. XQC's getting torn to shreds here, and I've got to defend him.
Do
You're
it.
supposed to
Chat's
defend
getting
him. What
mad
are you
at me.
doing?
That's your job. Get on with it.
Go for it. Go for it.
I think this is quite evidently clear bigotry against French Canadians.
Yes, it is.
And,
Yeah.
You know, as
Yeah.
someone
What's
that
your point?
opposes anti-white racism, I must stand up
Yes.
and say no longer. Okay.
I mean,
There's nothing to defend. I don't know why people get mad at me in my chat. What am I supposed to say? Yeah, this is retarded on XQC's part. What do you want me to say, you fucking morons?
Wait, are the
I was a
people
circle
asking you to
jerk.
defend
Yeah, because
this?
everyone agrees it's retarded. Sorry. Sorry.
It's okay.
none of us knew you were going to say that.
Trad is being a transformative experience for you, I see.
I wish we knew more about the context of how a day in that building goes like. Is it normal for people to go down at, like, and say close the thing? Are they closing shop for the day? Like it's kind of hard. Like,
Wow, that's like actually kind of an interesting observation.
That's something, I
Yes.
think. That's a
There you go,
fair,
see?
like, is
1
is-
point to XQC. How many points have you made? 2 or 3?
2 or
I'd say
3?
it's 3-2.
And how
3
far
against
is he?
2, okay.
Because I know, again, I think I'm glad you pointed out, Rags, that like what 4 seconds is equivalent to a minute. Like
Yeah, like,
a
as we're
time
watching
16
this,
is really
It's
fast.
just going.
There is
yeah.
a lot of video that is passing in those moments.
Mm-hmm.
no noise, nothing.
Okay.
All right.
True.
This guy doesn't hear a guy that's 2 windows to his right with a sniper installing and like moving around on the boxes, but he hears people talking from an entire level under.
Yes, because one of those is louder than the other.
Theoretically, you can construct a sniper very quietly, right? You don't need to be
Yeah,
loud.
because people talking is almost certainly going to be louder than somebody moving around some cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
I don't know what he means by installing a sniper, but
Like connecting
When
the
he's
pieces
getting
and
a
making them
gun
click in
ready.
and stuff.
Listen. He's
Yeah, he probably
Canadian. They
won't.
have, by government law, clown horns have to be attached to all sniper rifles. Okay.
We do have guns here. It's just a little harder. We need
Can you confirm there's clown horns on them?
you can put one on. We have to continue those, you know.
You can
It's your
take them
world.
off from the default installation.
Clown Horn would use Weaver rails.
Yeah, maybe.
I got a problem with
Video's
that. It's-
flying by.
Here we go.
Even though it's a good point, I still think sometimes when something that is a little bit extraordinary in life, you talk about it with whoever you're with. If you see somebody with a gun or a rifle out of anybody in the street or in the building, somebody with a rifle, it can be a topic of conversation that you have with somebody next to you. You say, oh yeah, I spoke about that, and then we spoke about it. Not talking about it or even mentioning it, I think it's kind of I don't.
So the what's been said is that this guy spotted a gun, but he didn't say anything because he thought it was relatively normal that when a president's motorcade goes around in different places that you have like agents, deposited
Right.
with guns. XQC is saying if you saw that gun though, you would have said it to someone. It's like not
Well,
necessarily.
the guy who gave that that explanation said that his impression he got from the movies. He had watched movies, and in the movies, whenever the president was around, he had all the Secret Service guys with the rifles and everything on rooftops and stuff.
Mhm.
So he thought that was part of, he thought that was part of it.
A lot of the speculation was in the video, and then it also talked about, I believe, that this guy, that his girlfriend said that he was kind of he liked to exaggerate sometimes.
That's true, yeah.
So
Well,
a lot
also-
of this context is in the video.
I don't know. That's just my thoughts.
This is Texas.
XIS.
Death in Texas.
No way he hits that.
No way he hits that. Well, I got some news for you, my dude.
Somebody hit that. I don't know.
I got
Well, hang on. Did they?
Did they? Or was it
allegedly.
aliens?
Allegedly.
When's
This
the
is all
sequel of the
alleged.
grassy knoll of this one? That's what I want to know.
I make no claims.
Where's the male models?
No, that shot is
Brennan
insane.
could only recall hearing two shots.
No, it
but
actually
his-
isn't.
Chat, guns aren't like movies. That shot is fucking insane.
No, calm down.
I get it. People shoot fucking pigeons and what. It's a good fucking shot, dude.
I mean, yeah, it's a good shot, but calm down.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to ask what your take is on the shot taken from what we understand, if it
I mean,
was
it's a good
him.
shot, but it's nothing crazy. I mean, the video does talk about how it's definitely not ideal because where he was in the book depository building, he's looking down at someone who is moving slowly but still moving in a car facing away where not all of their body is visible and there was obstruction from a tree. But still, I mean, if you're... I think that Oswald was in the military before this. I forget if they go into it. I forget if they go into it before this. I know that the Carcano rifle that he had, he'd like posed with it before. So I assume he'd used it because the rifle would have to be, the scope would have to be zeroed and everything. But yeah, it's not like oh, I can't believe he possibly made the shot. It's like no, he's just like.
For the record,
it's
by the
not a
way,
crazy shot or anything.
I'm happy whenever he says anything. That's a plus. Even if
True.
it's bad commentary, I don't mind as long as he's saying something.
Bad commentary, it's something.
No
yeah.
commentary. Yeah.
Well, actually, I've got someone calling you out on my chat. Mauler, well, everyone, I guess. They
Okay.
say, so he is reacting, okay? You just don't like what he says.
They think he's like this is good. That this is a good amount of reaction.
Yes, they
Do
do.
they spot the numbers in the top right when they show up, or no?
I don't think they're paying attention to that.
Oh,
They just have XQC and want to
I don't
defend
think
them.
that person doesn't
I mean,
know
he-
numbers.
Like, he said a few dumb things, but I mean, if we're just going off of does he react to it or just play it, that's a different conversation. Yeah.
Well, it's two different conversations. Whether or not he's providing like good commentary, mainly the topic is like, is he transforming it? And if he's talking, even if he's getting things wrong or making weird observations or anything, like it's still that's something.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's putting his own content into it and thus transforming it.
Exactly.
But key on transforming. He hasn't completed that process, and I don't think he ever will. Going to remain Lemino's content for the vast majority of this. As you can tell, every time it hits times 16, maybe I made a mistake in showing how fast it goes by because it makes people think that this is actually real time or something.
No,
I think that's what's happening. Yeah. The
Well,
experience
so-
is not the same. So
He he's added probably combined, what, 60 seconds of
That would probably be
commentary?
generous, but yeah.
No, there's
Generously,
probably,
right.
like, he's
And how
probably,
long
like,
has it been so far?
So
25,
we're
30 minutes
about
into
like
the video?
28 minutes into the
Jesus.
video.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think that
Wait, say that one time. Sorry. What?
the trick is though that sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying that the trick is though that he's conceptualizing it and his chat is conceptualizing it totally differently. It's like transforming it isn't the goal. It's making it feel like you're hanging out with your friend watching it.
Right.
Which he considers transformative. At least he told me that anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
so and that's kind of what I mean is like it's almost like there's no possible way that he will come to an understanding with us because he's just like, yeah, I'm doing an entirely different type of thing. And I guess what we're really saying is that type of thing morally correct to content creators?
No.
His argument will basically be that the experience of hanging out with someone watching TV is different from the actual TV show itself in a vacuum. Those are two different things, and so if you're watching him, you're actually watching something different than just the video, which is dumb, but that's probably
wait. It's true. Like, that is a true thing. If you're watching something with someone else, it can drastically change the experience. But that doesn't mean that it's morally right, legally right on any level. So like that was kind of the thing that was kind of annoying in the conversation is that like the words transformative and value kept getting like mixed together because it's like it's true that someone like XQC who has built this massive audience and has this large community, like there is a value that individual people can gain from being in the community, having friends in that community, wanting to hang out and chat, having to watch something with other people. That's all true. That's fine. And there's also value for XQC, like cultivating specific things that people want to watch and kind of, because there's like a million things to watch and, what are you supposed to watch? But none of that is enough, I think, in most of our opinions, to just basically, watch someone's content. Like, that's not enough. You can add these extra bits of value, but that's not enough for fair use.
To gain the utility of that video as well in its entirety. When you watch the video to its completion with minimal commentary, you have extracted all of the value from that video for yourself. Like, it's worth noting that that's the case when you haven't transformed it. It's like you've basically gotten all of the value that the original creator put into that work, and you get all of the benefit. And what is it? Even like what is a creator getting is a conversation in and of itself. But like that act alone is, it's like it's worth considering whether or not consider that good or bad in and of itself, regardless of the impact on the original creator.
I think it's also worth considering how that compares to any of us doing gaming streams, because I think that
that's a big old very different conversation, I would say.
I think that it might be something that we might not want to go into now because it'll be a bigger topic of its own, but I think that I definitely can see the argument for, hey, watching TVs with your buddies is the experience that's being sold, because my streams, I stream on a couch with my two dogs crawling around me and I joke around with my chat. I mean, ultimately they're there to kind of hang out with me while we play the game, but I guess, I mean, am I always transforming it to a reasonable degree?
This is actually really easy, okay? Technically speaking, playing a video game on stream is not considered transformative content and can be DMCA'd by game companies. But they soon realize that actually it's beneficial to them for that to happen. So they set up these agreements where you can monetize gameplay content on YouTube and Twitch and so on, right? So they happily...
I agree with that, and I do know that. But what the question I'm asking is, how do we reconcile being okay with that with not being okay with
the content creator agrees.
Well,
in a game situation, the content creator agrees to let you use their content. In the other situation, they don't necessarily agree.
Yeah. Consent's the important part, right? Because like if someone, for example, like when I go to Ched and say, Ched, watch my video on your stream, I'm giving the consent, right? So when you do it, it's not like you're stealing from me because I'm like, yes, I want you to do it.
What about
also it being in like a business type setting changes things too. Obviously, like if you put the Super Bowl on in your bar and you're selling alcohol, you've got to pay for that. If you're watching it at home with your friends, you don't necessarily have to pay for it. Like the commerce changes it as well.
It's two-pronged though, I would say, because like if you talk about like, if the creator gives that consent, that's one thing. But even if the creator doesn't consent, if you transform it, we would consider that to be like, well, yeah, you've taken something, you've provided criticism, you've added something to it, you've changed it and created a new viewing experience. But you don't need somebody's permission to do that. Like, that's considered within the parameters of, fair use.
So
Well,
if that's the case, then if that's the case, how much added value do you actually have to bring into it? Because
I have no idea where
XQC
the line is.
Yeah, because XQC he's reacted a little bit. It's not nothing. So I mean, he's
No,
added
it's not
something.
nothing. But
Yeah.
just because you can't identify specifically where the line is doesn't mean that there is some threshold.
Also, when it said
Yeah, it
that
does feel intuitively not enough.
watching a
some
video without adding anything to it versus playing a game without adding anything to it is the different things, because you have to
Yeah.
play the game.
You have to play the game. There is a
Yeah, it's
difference between
interactive.
watching somebody play a game and playing the game, and that's not the case in watching the video and having somebody comment every 5 to 10 minutes versus watching the video itself. You are still watching the video compared to watching gameplay versus playing gameplay. It's a reason why that conversation is kind of tricky.
I think the best way to conceptualize that is just because you play a game of baseball doesn't mean that you've infringed on the copyright of the person who invented baseball, right? Because playing it is a performance in itself.
Well, no. Okay, wait.
I mean, but you're not playing baseball with official art assets that were. But anyways, I'm not trying to defend that side, so that's why I wanted to just get the point out I was trying to get out. But do you guys know about Atlas and Persona? It's a Sega subsidiary, and Persona is a Japanese role-playing game franchise. And when Persona 5 came out, Atlas made this big deal about DMCAing anyone streaming it past the first hour of the game or something. It's like a 100-hour game, and I ended up streaming all of it. So they stopped caring eventually. But what I mean is, is there I guess what would be the word for it? A not statute of limitations, precedent. A precedent.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
An industry precedent to be like, okay, look, video games we can stream, it's fine. There's no exceptions, because if we allow one exception, it'll topple the entire castle.
There are exceptions, like you can't mod games and stuff like that, and it is on their basically goodwill that we can do it. So anytime any of these game companies could pull back these agreements and they could start DMCAing Let's Plays and stuff.
Well, I mean, I've played tons of modded games on my streams, and nothing's ever happened with those. But if I play
it's only if they notice you doing it, though, right? Like if they don't know you doing it, then they're not going to know.
Yeah, smaller streams can kind of get away with it,
I guess, that might just be in content ID thing. Because if I play 5 seconds of an anime, boom, instant claim.
Oh yeah, video games aren't in the content ID
I guess the
system.
question,
Movies, music are, yeah.
Actually,
I guess the question is would it be considered is it moral though? Because here, let's say a game company came out and said, listen, you can stream our game all you want, but the first week, don't just blow through it in one fucking session and completely remove all the value of playing the game. Would that be a reasonable compromise, you think?
No, wait.
No.
Okay.
I don't think
wait. Besides the fact that obviously a lot of the game companies give consent to this, the reason the video game companies give consent or generally give consent to this is because playing a video game is primarily an interactive experience. And they feel like, I'm assuming based on their research, because these big companies, they've obviously researched this, is that if you watch someone playing an interactive video game, doesn't mean you're to necessarily go out and buy it, but it probably means you're more likely to go out and buy it, especially if it's a popular game, or you watch and go, oh, that looks fun, I want to play that. Where if you're watching this Lemino video, okay, once you watch the video with XQC, that's it. It's gone forever. The person's never going to watch the video again. So it's completely different from video games. I don't even know why we're even comparing these two.
The equivalent would be is
yeah,
if
I
in a
agree.
stream you could get it so the viewer could play the game and have the same experience of playing the game as buying it, then game companies would have a problem. That's
Yeah.
Right. It's like if you were to watch a
some games that are
video
like
of
that.
going on. It's like watching a video of going on a roller coaster is not going to provide you the experience of going on the roller coaster.
Yes.
We'll see, Sitch. There's definitely some games that are just basically walking simulators, and you can actually just get the whole
That
experience
actually is
of
where the
watching
problem
it.
starts to come, yeah.
Conversation to have there with long plays of those big cinematic games that don't have a substantial sort of gameplay loop. That feels like
it's
there's a real
just-
conversation
it's
to be had.
Right. But I think that's a niche thing that you can have a different idea about.
The thing is, games companies, this happens. You get full gameplay videos of barely interactive games, and they don't DMCA that either. So I guess they just aren't, they still presume there's some benefit they get from someone buying it somewhere, right? I don't know.
So let's apply that to videos then. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. I brought it up mostly as because I know where I stand on that. I wasn't bringing up that question expecting to develop my own answer, but I mostly brought it up to because if we apply that concept to the watching videos and streaming it and making the experience, you're sitting down with your buddy watching a video that is like, can they make the argument? It's like, well, that's basically what you're doing if you play a game. What if you play a visual novel and you're just pawing through it, and every so often you're like, wow, look at that hot waifu, and that's it. Like, you don't really say much more. You could maybe make the argument that that person's doing no more than a streamer just letting a video play. And I'm not saying that they're correct. I'm just saying that it's an argument worth considering, you know, because I feel like people would make it.
But here's the thing: the game company gives broad consent to do that. If a video creator did consent for that up front, then that would be fine as well. Like if someone says to you, watch my video, and you don't say anything, then that's fine because they've said watch my video. They've not said you need to react to it or whatever, right?
Yes.
So I guess.
But if XQC uses effective precedent, like industry precedent of, but a lot of Twitch streamers will watch a YouTube video and nothing gets claimed, nothing happens. So whatever, like this is just the industry. That's it. And I think that the challenge to that is Atlas. Because if they said, oh, we don't want you streaming our games, but ultimately YouTube, all the content ID things, just were like, well, we can't enforce that because we're not really enforcing it with anyone else. So yeah.
By the way, there is examples of enforcement of this, like different companies who've gone crazy with like trying to protect their copyright, even in the form of people providing let's plays. It has happened here and there.
Yeah, there's one guy that was using a multiplayer mod for Zelda, and Nintendo absolutely brought the hammer of God down onto him.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's like that, yeah.
Well, didn't the guy recently who completed The Simpsons Hit and Run, like complete remake, remaster, whatever, and then like the announcement is just you'll never see it because legally speaking, he's got no way to get that out. Yeah.
What, Simpsons audio, I guess, and things like, or even clips from the show.
Oh, that was AM2R, right? The Metroid 2 remake.
That too, yeah.
Came out like a year before the Metroid remake. You know, the actual Metroid 2 remake from Nintendo.
Well, AM2R, the people who made that actually went on to make Ori and the Blind Forest and Will of the Wisp.
Do you remember? Wasn't there an era in YouTube where Nintendo were like paying certain YouTubers to be able to provide Let's Plays, and then they like
that was back in like 2013, 2014. Yeah, I remember
they had a little partner creator program thingy.
Yeah, so basically they ran a YouTube MCN. That's old stuff. MCNs. They had a Nintendo MCN where if you were part of the MCN, you could play new Nintendo games on your channel.
I just want to dispel a myth that's quite common. Nintendo they're still fucking vicious in protecting that IP and stuff, but they do have like other companies this kind of prior agreement that you can create content out of their games. So that is actually a thing that Nintendo have now. The MCN's long gone. You can make your Zelda fucking videos, just don't use mods and you'll be fine, basically.
Yeah. I mean, with the amount of hours I've streamed Luigi's Mansion and gotten away with it, you know.
How about this? Forget about consent and legality for a minute, okay? Just talking about basic just talk about basic, moral decency. Is it better if somebody decides to like wait, say 3 or 4 weeks after a big video's come out and then reacts to it with providing almost no reaction itself, like XQC is doing, versus completely sniping it like an hour after it comes out and then taking like half the revenue?
Of course, it's got to be.
I guess it's better.
Yeah, so there's definitely some sort of cool down period where like, okay, if you wait a little bit, you can actually watch on stream this video.
Right.
I don't think
the idea
it's
would
ever
be
okay
that
to
if
just
you
play it freely.
Well, yeah, obviously, but it would be better proportionately or comparatively. I
Yes,
guess
it
I
would
should
be
say.
better.
Because obviously, by that, the margin or the thing that's like being focused on here is that you would feel like, oh, if the video's been out for a month, so views have substantially dropped off, you'd say, okay, well, there's a less likely chance that the people that watch it from XQC would have watched it on their own by that time, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be necessarily stealing from the market.
You could still appeal to the principle that you should be transforming it and creating something that is like a new experience through your
No, of
input.
course, right. But comparing the two different actions.
Definitely less harm incurred by the original creator. I mean, yeah, it would seem that way.
Because I think you get like 90% of your views for a video in the first week or something.
To be fair though, a channel like Lemino would be a lot more evergreen. Like these are the kind of videos that are going to keep getting a lot of views for a long time compared to the kind of thing where it gets a lot of views like in the first couple of days and then it completely falls off because it's only about being relevant to what's happening, right now in the landscape.
But the problem is that like with XQC and Hassan, all these people that are reacting to it, it's like, oh, people are talking about this video right now. The algorithm's talking about this right now, so that's why they have to watch it so quickly.
Do you guys think the same courtesy should apply to videos that get made that's like libelous, where somebody is being like smeared, and it's just like, are you supposed to just let that video sit for a week when you know otherwise?
Well, it depends. Like, are you like, if you're the subject of it, or you're someone who's watching it to criticize it or to dispel it? I think that's totally fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if someone
just
uploads a
curious.
video in like 10 minutes, you respond to it, but it's some horrible accusation and you dispel it. I don't think anyone has to be like, hey, whoa, you're taking up this space in SEO. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Well, I mean, even if it's, if you were to watch this Slumno video, okay, say you're some JFK, historian, right? And you watch it and, within 3 hours you're watching it and you're trying to debunk every point that he brings up because you think he's wrong. I mean, I think that's totally fine to do that.
Well, that's an interesting point because like political stuff, if you want to put across a different political position, I think that there is an unspoken rule. Like, Hassan reacts to Ben Shapiro videos. Whatever you think of his politics, I think we'd all agree it would be unreasonable for Ben Shapiro to strike Hassan if he's giving substantive critique to a political point he's making. I think
That's probably going to be his
political
best
content
stuff.
is useful.
Like,
Yeah,
best
yeah,
is in
sure, yeah.
transformative, I strictly mean.
Yeah. But and that's the point Willie Matt was making, is we don't want it to be where we're striking each other. We want to have this discourse because we all fuel each other with our takes and stuff and etc. Right?
It's like using the tools of the evil
like
when you
into that of people
DMCA
don't
each
want to
other.
strike each other. So, but on that same token, be respectful to other people's creations. In the sense of, if you're gonna watch it, transform it, add commentary. Like, be engaged with the material instead of just watching the whole thing for like several minutes without saying a word.
Well, I wonder if like a certain amount of time should go by where if you haven't said anything, it's just like, well, that's enough of that. If you want to check out the rest of it yourself, it's a good video.
Yes.
Go to this link, and then
Yes.
whatever. Here on this stream, we'll go
I
do
think
something
so.
else now.
Yeah, if you reach a point where you realize, damn, I'm not like adding anything, you should try and essentially correct it as much as you can by like directing people to the original creation, then stopping. Yeah, I think that's
Which is interesting, right? If you didn't react for like half the video and the video is excellent, you might actually do a lot of good by being like, I'm going to stop here and continue it myself. You guys should also do the same when the stream's over or whatever. It promotes the video.
Watching the first,
Because at this
fourth,
point,
or
people
third,
are
or
already
whatever.
interested, right? So, as opposed to once they watch the whole thing, it's like, well, that's that, that's the end of that.
Right.
Okay, this is a build of like the average percent of the time.
What?
Which is funny. He said it's the
Build
build
of
of the
what?
average person at the time, which is interesting because like it's still hyper useful information because of the limited amount of people that are in the building. Like,
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of black people who work there, and so if everyone
Exactly.
describes the person as white, it's like, well, then it probably was a white guy.
Bro,
5'10" in that neighborhood.
Bro.
He was very slender, very thin.
chat, what was the color of the two black dudes in this frame before? What was the color of their
Black.
shirts?
Black, they were black. Oh.
Say it. Say it.
Yeah, his point is it's hard to remember shirt color, and he's
Most people
correct.
don't even know. Don't even remember. It's hard. It's hard to remember. Like when you're not paying attention to details and you're not giving it a task usually, it's hard to remember that shit, man.
Well, okay, see,
Different medium
well,
though,
I
being told
gotta
what
give-
color is as opposed to seeing the color. But-
Right. But see, that's to me, that's okay. That's a good critique because you're trying to add something.
Yep.
You're saying, you're saying, look, it is hard to
That
know
is a
this stuff when you're not
comment.
paying
Made a
attention. Yeah.
comment. Good.
Sure.
For you.
So,
You've got one.
Well, it's like
I-
that's like
I-
3
I-
now.
Yeah, that's true. So I have a question here. I'm pretty sure I know all of your answers. I think, but I'm just asking. Just
You don't know me.
Okay.
Would
Oh.
would in a heartbeat.
Would okay. Listen. So I've heard the argument from a few people that if from a few people from a few people that if you're watching a video on your stream and you and that video is sponsored by, let's say, HelloFresh, and there's like a HelloFresh code in the video, if you include the HelloFresh code in your reaction, you've basically paid for your reaction because now your viewers will go use their HelloFresh code. What do you guys think of that argument?
That's retarded. I don't think that really counts. I thought you were going to go down a different route and do the thing where it's like some people literally skip the sponsored segments in the
Well,
video
that's even worse, I guess. But like,
which is super
that's pretty
scummy.
funny. Yeah, it is.
There's even a fucking app on YouTube now where you can skip sponsored segments, which is the most entitled shit I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Yeah, we watch them
here
at EFAB. We
We
watch
do.
the ads.
Some of our best stuff comes from watching people's sponsorship reads. It's funny sometimes.
Absolutely.
So just a man then.
Something like that.
That's the man that ever do it.
It's really weird for commentary, just because, again, good that he's commenting, but he's saying like, "What a useless description that describes like most people." And it's like, it's super useful. What do you mean? It narrows people
literally
down quite
describes
significantly.
A lot of, yeah.
Oh, it makes sense.
In any
Yeah.
case, in Walter's defense,
What the
two
fuck?
other witnesses.
Again, I felt like that's an opportunity to tell me what you're confused about. I don't know what he was confused about. He just said, "What the fuck?" Like, all right.
No, I'm confused.
Just one pause. It's hard to visualize this without knowing what the windows are like, where the sun is at, what kind of light reflection you're looking at, the angle. This is
How do you know
all this
it was the
matters. What? Sounds more credible than the other guys, to be honest.
I wonder why he thought that.
Okay,
By 1969,
melee
he's
range
black.
people
'Cause he's black.
can barely tell anything about the guy top. This guy, Eagle Eye Andy, robotic, can know every fucking feature
Eagle
of
Eye
this guy.
Andy?
and-
What the fuck?
I translate this one, okay?
Melee range people can barely tell anything about the guy top. This guy, Eagle Eye Andy, robotic, can know every fucking feature of this guy and
Eye Andy, someone who could look.
Eagle Eye.
An eye Andy.
Eagle
is
Eye.
someone
That is
look-
obvious based
That
on the
was
context
and he.
alone.
It was and he.
I thought,
And-
because it's Twitch speak, right? An eye Andy, a blah 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 Andy. This is the thing. It's hard to tell. I think I did an okay job. All right, tried.
Now I get it.
yeah, not necessarily bad conclusions. Yeah, not necessarily bad conclusions. Yeah, not necessarily bad conclusions.
Oh, that's what it is.
Mhm.
Oh, is that the end of the thought? That feels like an
What the
incomplete,
Exactly. I'd love to know what he had to say about it, but never mind.
fuck is happening here, dude? That's so hard, because I'm pretty sure if you fire a shot from that position, you're gonna have echo on the other buildings and sound, and some will echo. Literally, echo might make you think it's two shots.
True. And no one's disagreeing here. There you go.
No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's possible.
Attempts to assess direction of gunshot based on earnest testimony. Ah man,
Just graphs.
back in the days, there's something in the water. Everybody's on fucking drugs.
I don't understand why he said this after he just said that the echo can repeat the shot and make it feel like it's coming from somewhere else. Because it seems like he's saying how insane that we have all these different directions coming from the audience, but that would be explained by the fact that the gunshot could
Right.
have echoed off other buildings.
Yeah.
So he says,
It is one
something
of
was
my
in the water.
complaints. Oh,
Yeah.
not fluoride back in the day, right? But actually, I
lot of
don't know
lead,
when they
though.
started doing that. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of lead flying that day. But it's one of my complaints about like zombie movies and games and stuff. Where like whenever you shoot, all those zombies know exactly where you are, pinpoint location. I know exactly where that shot was. I'm gonna go and eat whoever it was, and they all go there. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
it's not quite that. So no.
You're
Well, they're zombies.
100 meters away.
True zombies.
If you're a kilometer away, you definitely can just get general direction and rough distance at most.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over it, dude. This is already stupid enough. This is just brain dead shit, man.
Brain dead shit.
I'm not exactly sure why he said that, but all right.
Oh,
I don't know either.
it's
One might think
Crossfire.
for
Projection, maybe.
Maybe he meant like that they couldn't
Ah.
all
That is to say,
the sound.
Even though
Wait,
he gave the
chat, this is
explanation
actually
as to
really,
why.
really interesting. Holy shit, holy fuck. Chat, I want to be a nerd about this. Multiple directions. Based on witness testimony. Okay. Okay, makes sense.
from the east.
What is happening?
I have no clue. I don't know what he figured out there. I thought that was already kind of said by the first crafts, but I think he gets it now, I guess, that there are multiple directions you could assume the shots came from. I don't know.
Okay.
I've got some statistics to talk about quickly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but despite making up only, you know, I think you know the rest, don't you?
What,
1% of this video's commentary, XQC makes up for 100% of
Yes,
stupid
there we go.
statements.
9%.
There we go.
Quebecers make up 60% of the military.
Quebecer? You're allowed to call him that?
Quebec.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Quebecers is an accepted term.
Quebecers.
Quebec.
Quebecois.
Hey, puppies.
Hey, hey!
I know how to read graphs.
Mr. Campbell believed that.
I don't believe you.
I'm 16.
I didn't know that.
Topic is with you.
Just that though.
What?
But
What if we were to simulate this and to redo it, the same positions, and shoot from the same spots, and have people at the same positions, and see what they hear, and if it matches?
Yeah, you could do that.
Sure.
I think you'd probably get the same result of you'd need the people to not know where the sound is going to come from to do the test
Right.
the best
If
way.
people
I'd say.
are paying attention, if like you've told people that this is what the test is about, then they're going to be paying like hyper close attention to where the sounds come from.
I mean, you
And
could
it probably
set them
had a
up in
really
a
big sample
position
size
and
at the
blindfold
beginning.
them. So then you just have to you have to listen. We're going to set the shot soon, and you have to tell us where you believe it came from. Like that could be a fun test.
Complicated?
it's out of the
Chat, it's true.
Let's do the shot.
Okay, chat. This is true.
Now,
If you've ever been to a gun
like a
range,
third of the way through the video here.
Yeah.
when somebody even close to you, even across from the hall, shoots a gun, even a rifle, you're gonna feel it 100%.
Maybe.
You just heard a rifle shot above you. Why didn't you just go melee range and just see what?
So to explain this, he's
Okay,
the interviewer says, "You heard the gunshot. Why didn't you go up to the 6th floor?" And the guy says, "Well, maybe because we were scared of the gunshot," which is
Yeah, wait.
reasonable.
Yeah.
And actually, he's making fun of the interviewer, but I'm actually, I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this, but I'm fine with the interviewer asking the question to get that information on record. Why
Yeah,
didn't you
so
go
why
up?
didn't
I
you
was
go?
scared. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Sure.
it's not like
Fair
the
enough.
interviewer is saying
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense. He's just making sure the question's asked.
I just want to point out a
Right.
bit of extra lore on this point. XQC has said that if there was a home invasion and there was someone downstairs with a gun, he would not go downstairs to challenge them.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, that's
Sure.
Yeah, it's a very understandable position to
But
take.
yeah, here he is criticizing this guy for not going upstairs. That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
No,
go
no, no.
upstairs to
No,
the
no.
guy that you know has a gun and close the
He's-
distance and get in
he's-
melee range.
He's making fun of the interviewer. He's saying, the interviewer's saying, why didn't you up to the 6th floor after knowing the gunshot was heard?
Okay,
then-
I'll take
and
you on
then-
that. I didn't realize that.
And then
I wasn't paying
XQC is
attention.
saying, yeah, why don't you
He
just
was
go
paying
melee range? You know, like he's saying,
Right.
like the interviewer's
Got
insane
you,
to ask
okay.
that question.
I'm in streamer mode. I'm not really paying
It's all right.
attention.
No,
It's
well,
all right.
well, I thought the same thing. I got the same thing out of it.
Right.
So
That's fine.
What's up? What are you doing, dude?
Because we were frightened.
Because then chat starts saying, like, idiot interviewer sort of thing.
Why don't you go PvP, man? Jesus. What a gamble.
what a gamble! What's their job? To
What?
The
investigate,
encounter
right?
was brief, lasting no.
Question.
Thus,
Do players not have radios at the time? They can radio in or ask for help or backup, whatever. They went in alone and didn't detain anybody or tell anybody to cover the doors or the exits or whatever.
Well,
I
this
don't
was
get it.
1963, so it's very likely that radios weren't like the easy to carry around.
And he was probably,
older
like, this
crap
one
thing that we
guy,
have these days.
he runs in to try and find out as much as he can. He's probably panicking. The president just potentially just got killed. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot that's happening that makes this. I think a lot of people will be like Captain Hindsight. Be like, you should have gone
Yeah,
here and done this.
Easily very stressful situation, very impromptu. And of course, I don't think anyone's been shot since I don't know when the last presidents.
It would have been Reagan, right? I think Reagan was the last one.
This was 63, so this would be. I mean, like, how long had it
Oh, you
been
mean before that?
since a
Oh,
president had been shot?
was it
So,
Teddy
U.S.
Roosevelt?
presidents shot. List of U.S. presidential assassination attempts. John F. Kennedy, William McKinley in 1900. Is this listed by? So it looks like we had Lincoln, Garfield, McKinley, JFK, and those were the ones who were killed.
Yeah, but Roosevelt got shot, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roosevelt was shot. Ronald Reagan was shot, but survived. So Reagan that was in 81. Theodore Roosevelt, the attempt was made in 1912. McKinley was assassinated in 1901. So it had been like 50 years since a president had been shot, successfully or otherwise. So I guess it's a very strange thing for us to think. But like nowadays we sort of live in a little bit of a different world. We're post, we are post, the JFK assassination and the stuff like that. So I guess you just have a different mindset back then. In the 60s, in a lot of ways things are more chill in that element.
I think technology has also helps like the Secret Service or whatever monitor stuff to prevent things from happening, right?
Sure, I just
Yeah.
mean like the mindset that you might be in 1963, the idea that a president was, like shot and killed. It had been 50 years since that had happened. So
so
a
they were
lot of
kinda
the
chill
people
about it.
involved. Well, it just wouldn't it wouldn't even come to mind.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
might explain why
A
they
few
had it.
blocks east of now.
They did have radios. I don't know. What the fuck is this guy doing? He's letting people leave the building?
This is kind of annoying because, like, if me and Adam are watching this video like this, that'd be a good question. It's like, wait, what kind of technology do they have? Could they have done this, more effectively?
When
he's sitting in front of a
get
computer that has internet access. He can look up this answer and try to get to the bottom of it, and that would add more, quote,
Hell yeah.
transformative, value to the video. Because I was looking it up right now because I am curious about that. When
Looked up
exactly
in-
that happened.
So portable radios introduced in the 1960s. So
They had
that's
like
when they
car
were-
radios, but it doesn't seem like they had the two-way like handheld radios until like the 80s or the late 70s.
Yeah, it would probably be something like that, I would imagine, because of course radios existed, but it takes a while for things to get smaller and portable and higher quality.
Right.
So people will one day look at this and be like, well, why didn't they have body cams? Like, well, it was 2007 and it wasn't really a thing quite yet, but-
Right. They did have walkie-talkies, but it doesn't seem like, at least according to these articles I'm looking, it didn't seem like for whatever reason the police used them commonly. I don't know
And-
about the Secret Service, but
Maybe the Secret Service had them, or the presidential detail had them with them, but the person, as far as I know, that is doing the investigating here, I think they were like the Studebaker, I think was his name, right? I can't quite remember, but wasn't he a policeman? I can't quite recall, but I don't know if he was part of the presidential detail or if he was part of local law enforcement.
right.
Oh, I missed it. I should have said when we were investigating when the radios were made. I should have said we should have Googled it. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that would have been so clever.
Oh well.
Oh,
Shame.
damn, man. Now I feel bad.
Okay, hold up. People on the 5th floor, right? Could they not maybe hear audio from the person rushing down from the 6th floor? Even though they're next to the window, maybe they could hear staircase.
To the amount of people saying stop pausing.
Stop pausing.
noises or whatever. Like you could
As previously
possibly
mentioned,
hear some
Victoria
audio.
Adams.
It's such an interesting feedback loop because he starts to feel guilt when he pauses.
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
opposite. It's the exact opposite of you guys.
And you guys.
I know. Yeah.
No, that's not how I...
And I was thinking, well, I guess while my mind was on it, they might have had portable radios the whole time, and it's just not a part of this particular video.
Sure, but you
Like,
could look
they
that
might
up.
have just been saying the normal things that you say in a situation like that, and it's not really an important part of this video's presentation of events.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
I'd be interested to know what their cryptographic technology was on those radios, because it might have been that it was mandated that they couldn't really talk about anything that important on them.
That's a good point. Yeah, because maybe back then anyone could just have a radio and just tune
Well,
into it.
as far as I know, the nature of radios is, as
Right.
long as you know the frequency, you can listen in.
Oh no.
But
There's cryptographic technology in most military radios, which is why our radios weigh a friggin' ton, and and there are handheld versions of them, but even then they look kind of big and chunky. So I imagine that if there were any in the 60s, they would be cumbersome if they were actually encoded. But
the police probably wouldn't be using that, right? Because like having police scanners and things like that to listen into police communications is just a pretty normal thing.
Right, but they're not usually doing like secret operations.
Yeah, it's mostly like there's a thing over here. Go check it out, guys. You sure will. Yeah.
Military is a bit different though, because you can reasonably assume that you will have counterintelligence that is trying to listen to your communications, and if they hear it, it might be really bad. So,
Right, but I would understand that if you're supposed to protect someone from assassination, you would want to have your communications be encrypted.
But again, I don't know anything about it really. I was just saying that could be a possible to look into to get more information on why the communication wasn't as effective as it could have been.
Worth mentioning, by the way, this is what XQC would consider transformed enough to upload to his channel. This is on his channel right now.
Nice.
Yeah, he made points every now and then.
I feel like the way that I have edited it makes it seem like he's adding to it a lot more than he actually is. Trust me.
Well, I mean, you cut it down that if you have watched the original video and you like XQC and you just want to see what he thought of it, yeah, you made the perfect edit.
Sorry, I just want to say with the radio point, like, isn't it obvious that like Secret Service, Special Forces types people have all encrypted in-loop radio with each other that wouldn't be accessible by external parties? Like that's even back then.
Yeah,
but even back
Oh,
then,
I don't
they
know.
not have had that.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't know, and that it's. I only thought to bring it up because I thought that might have been a possible explanation as to why there wasn't a whole lot of radio chatter. Sorry, the dogs are amping up.
And when they say something in the video of the cops decided or the police wanted to, these things, the way that they did that might have been through the radio.
I know, I'm just, in the 60s, when you see people with a military radio in the 60s, it's like a big chunky box, and there's the giant antenna, and maybe there's a guy with a backpack. Like, I don't know what the Secret Service had or was using, or the police was using in 1963.
And remember, in this, for those of you who have seen the Lemino video, it was discovered. I say it was discovered, as though they knew. But the Lee Harvey Oswald interviews and interrogations after he was arrested are not recorded because the police didn't have a voice recorder. They didn't have a recorder. They just didn't have one. So,
if you believe the deep state, right?
If you believe the deep state lies in the reptilian setup, yeah,
Yes.
it's true. But that's allegedly what's happening.
I'm gonna assume that if he didn't upload it, wouldn't make it any better, would it? Because he's still watching it on a stream.
We still
He
got it
didn't
on
upload
stream,
it.
right? He still extracted the utility of it on stream, so...
Yeah, he got it.
It's a step worse to put it on YouTube because then it acts as an alternative product essentially to the original, right?
I mean,
Yeah, it takes up space in the search.
stream
Yeah,
as an as it originally broadcasted, I would say that uploading, obviously, it lasts longer, right? Lasts indefinitely, but on stream, you've still extracted the value of that creation with minimal commentary.
Yeah.
Steak.
Okay, true. Chat, hold up. Chat. I don't really blame them. I feel like when something big happens, seconds to minutes are like condensed. It's really hard to tell.
True.
Yeah.
Wait, why wouldn't they get at least deposed?
Come down before
Well, he's
truly
bald and
entering
elder.
the steps.
He is elder.
That's pretty common. That's
Pretty common? Pretty common?
I think it's pretty common, yeah.
I think that
I
when
think
was
someone
able
that
to
actually
get-
speaks English should have actually done this, not Mauler who speaks Welsh.
That's true. I do. That's a whole other set of flaws on top of the French,
I think what's super important here, dude, is the shape of the staircase. And that sounds like not a big deal. The way that sound travels in a big flight of stairs with a big middle portion, like in schools, and this is completely different. It makes sense that if you miss a timing, you fucking miss a timing.
It's difficult. It's Adams.
I don't really know what he meant, but all right.
Why is everybody so fucking dumb? It annoys that. It annoys me. Everybody's so stupid.
Uh-oh, it's paused for me.
Yeah, I got it buffering on my end.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's,
same.
watch together's
Buffering.
having a watch
The
together's
video
having a
like
tism.
crashed on my end. I had to refresh.
Why?
That's right. Let me refresh real quick. Just making sure.
Yeah,
Watch
for
no,
once
together might have
it's-
just had a little tism.
Oh no,
All
it's
right.
back to the start.
12.
Well-
We're at 13:05.
Yeah.
It could have been moments.
We have to watch
or
the whole
minutes
thing
at a
again.
time.
Is everyone? Can everyone see?
Best moment right
Yes.
here.
Yeah,
I'm good
no
now.
problems.
Yep.
Okay.
that's wild. What's that?
Like that.
What's he doing?
Not entirely sure.
fucking
When I
Oh.
saw the
Oh,
But according to
Yeah, the
some
little bunker.
according to
Yeah, the
some
little bunker.
All right. Someone translate that.
Yeah.
he had a little bunker.
Oh.
He made a. Is that what Jadmo is? He
He
made
had
a.
a little bunker.
He had a. Okay.
He had a little bunker. Okay.
Good.
My watch together's still messing up. Sorry, I can't help this time.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. Refresh the whole page.
Yeah, I got it now.
What is this crime scene contamination fucking protocol bullshit? What the fuck are they doing?
Did you?
Is that all you have to say about that?
According to Mooney, Dallas Police Captain William Fritz tampered with the evidence.
Oh, I can't. I'm over it.
Okay, that one I didn't really hear.
Did you
What?
say that it
I think he's just upset that the idea that someone would have tampered with the evidence. Which, yeah, you don't want to hear that.
Okay.
That's bad.
Can you say more about it though? Expand on that thought. Elaborate.
No.
You're asking a bit much there.
The fucking what is happening? Okay, dude, like, this is just troll. This is a fucking troll. No, it's
Police
all a troll.
alleged portions of the evidence-
I wish I knew what he was talking about. It just
The,
doesn't-
Yeah.
the,
What do you mean,
the
man?
police, it's just a troll. The investigation, it's a troll
A
investigation.
troll killed the
In his
president.
pocket.
He was
I
just
wonder why.
trolling.
I wonder
there
why
you
he
go.
doesn't elaborate. You know, if
Well,
the
if you
thought
remember-
enters his head where it's just like, I object to this. This isn't accurate. Like, why not go into some details?
Because his audience is desperately saying, "Stop pausing."
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he actually believes he'll upset his audience if he was to elaborate.
He feels like
right.
he can't stop.
Which is insane, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, imagine that mentality, right? It's like, oh, my audience is here for the video, not for me. I can't interfere. It's like Jesus.
And then simultaneously
Right.
argue this should belong to you. Like this is
Yeah,
your
I know.
contribution. It's insane. Like, I don't get it.
It's a combination of bravado
Nah,
and humility that's kind of
I think
interesting.
I have a good question.
Sorry, what was that?
It's sort of a combination of both bravado and humility that's really interesting because they'll be like, yeah, it's mine now, but also, well, you know, they're not here to see me. They're here
Well,
to
the
videos
highlight of
and-
the stream last night was he said that he is absolutely and easily replaceable. If he was to go tomorrow, like he would be replaced in an instant. However, he is the best.
No, it's
He's the best at being totally replaceable.
very humble.
He's the goat.
I don't know if it's humble or if it's just like he thinks that helps his argument, even though it didn't.
Maybe
We're all equal. Just some of us are more equal than others. That's what it is.
There you go.
Wait a minute.
There's a hole here, right? If he carelessly dumped them on the ground, wouldn't he be? He wouldn't do it like that because he'd be scared that it would jump in the hole and he would lose evidence. I feel like you wouldn't carelessly drop fucking kids on the ground, knowing that they could probably be lost forever or some shit into the fucking wall.
It's an okay comment. I guess
I suppose
he
it's a
probably maybe
thought.
he didn't like actually throw them or anything. He put them down wherever, you know.
What?
Craig was
Okay, they lost me. They lost. So I have to go back chat. That's very important. And they lost me. I just don't. What the fuck did you?
This
He
is
said
a
it's
really
two-
simple part. This is just where they talk about, yeah, so they found the rifle over here. Originally, someone thought it was a Mauser because the profiles of what he could see was pretty similar. But then they looked at it and it was a Carcano rifle. And then they talk into tracking back the rifle, where it was purchased and where it was, you know, delivered to and all that. So
Hmm.
this
Well,
is
then-
real. This part isn't complicated.
Loaded it downward into
Allah diyeceğiz.
I don't do
Allah
it. I
diyeceğiz.
don't do
Allah diyeceğiz.
Allah!
no foreign rifle.
So he just made it up? The rods.
True. The rods.
Yo, I know this is the 60s, okay? But crime scene is something that they've already studied it for decades before that. It's not that crime just was invented in the 70s or some shit. There's still protocols that they all been follow. The entirety of the floor is a crime scene at that point. Anything that they do is contamination. What the fuck is happening?
I mean, that's kind of a fair comment. You wonder how this wasn't treated very, very carefully and how these mistakes got made. It would be neat to have.
Considering it was the president, you know, who was one being shot. Because there was a lot of involvement from a lot of people. They did reenactments. They did all these interviews that are being used. There's a lot of pictures, there's photographs and videos and all this sorts of stuff. Like, there was extensive things that were done. It's just, they seem to have been done in a somewhat careless manner in some elements, like handling the shell casings and, you know, what should be looking for evidence, like when they talk about the paper bag, how originally it was just like they didn't even think about looking for a paper bag because, you know, why would you?
Though I would say
stuff like that.
a lot of the developments of like treatment of crime scenes, probably it's not like, because he's correct, it's not like it would be the first time they understand how you're supposed to not tamper with everything, but at the same time, it probably isn't as developed as it will be. Like
we've learned so much since the 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the video, they talk about dusting for prints and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. That's something,
Also, back
again,
in the 60s, they were probably looking for a black guy.
There you go. But again, this is something he could like stop the video, look up, try to like see, like look into the history of crime scene investigation, see if it's
Yeah, like I
changed
feel
over
like
the
it's
years
worth
or something.
emphasizing. You know, you
Right.
made an observation. You could make a longer one.
Right.
Yeah, and I enjoy them when they come up, but they're so
fun. They're
few.
so much fun. So much fun.
He just dumped
Yes,
it.
when you
I don't know what he said.
He just dumped it. That's what he said.
Oh.
I got that one.
I'm 16.
Okay, so it's consistent with the story? Huh?
Would that have more context if we saw where he was in the video?
Well, you'd be able to better figure out what he's reacting to, like, in general, but I don't know that does much, you know? Like, we don't need to, review every single thing he says. It's just pointing out that he does say some things sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
What the fuck is happening?
No, we gotta pause constantly.
What the fuck is happening?
He's been here this whole time.
He was threatened and made.
But look at that timeline.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Getting into that final
Oh,
quarter.
man.
the way
And, like,
through.
how much is that cumulatively in terms of observation?
3 minutes.
So far? Maybe like 4 or 5 minutes tops.
Also,
Oh my
Chad, I've
God.
got your chat up. Why are they so retarded? You need to help them out, okay?
See that massive
God,
chunk
what
of
a-
time.
What
So
do
is
you
your
mean?
Someone just
What's
said,
our transformative chat
What's
saying?
happening
Why-
in the retarded chat?
so
Let
was it,
us
why
know.
is the quality of the comment a part of the discussion? Is that really part of any legitimate argument? Did they miss the part where I said several fucking times that I don't mind if it's a shit comment, as long as it's a comment? We're also trying to compliment some of the things that he says to point out that he is capable of reacting.
I will say that the quality of the commentary is probably an element here, right? You know, the sniper
I would
wolf thing.
prefer that he does more than just go, what?
What? What's going
It'd be
on?
nice
What
if
is-
we're in a
what the-
place where the only thing that we were talking about was the quality of the commentary and transformative material, but unfortunately we're not in that place.
We're mainly in a place of binary, like, is he even doing anything?
Mhm.
Right now,
Mhm.
no. Right now,
So-
yes.
One thing to understand, there's a lot of like XQC. Well, I say a lot. There's like some XQC fans that are in my chat, so they probably just don't like
Oh,
their God King streamer being criticized. And they
Mm.
expect
I
you
do
to
like the
back
idea
them
that it's
up.
like, you guys are being mean to him while he takes someone's work and just sells it on his own channel. It's like, that's chill.
Yeah, yes we are. Yeah.
Yeah, being a little bit mean. That's okay, though.
Yeah,
To
fuck 'em.
say that? Is that true?
Is that true?
Okay.
Stated.
Okay, some of these testimonies all look fabricated or altered or after the fact tampered. Just multiple accounts look they're just tampered with it entirely.
She caught a flea.
Oh, are they?
All right.
Oh, okay. All right.
Chat, I'm gonna be the one to say it, chat. I'm the chicken conspirationist at this point. This guy ate lunch 4 times, went up there, set up the gun, got Dr. Pepper, 2 of them, and started eating a whole chicken in 2 different locations. This guy, he's just eating all day. He just can't get enough of this food, dude. He's bussing.
I will say 4 lunches is pretty great.
Yeah, there's something
Quite
there.
the Hobbit.
I'd like to delve into the chicken conspiracy, but I don't think he does.
Ooh.
This
When you look at it at a glance, a head shape is a big deal. Chad, they both look like a peanut with backed up hairlines. You could easily make that mistake. The way we see faces, this is resembling.
Yes, you restated what they said. The video said. Good. Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, the point is that
They
a
look
lot of
similar.
people mix those two up, but Lemino's personal commentary is that he doesn't believe that he would mix them up. But I mean, that's just down to everybody, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, true. That would be such a stupid mistake, though, because if that's a floor that he knows he's gonna be shooting at, he knows what floor it is, and he knows that the other employee would know what floor it is, and that it wouldn't work in the fucking. Either he's just very stupid, or I don't fucking know.
placed himself on the
All right.
Okay. All right.
as mentioned at the beginning.
I got one last time. Okay, I promise.
Oh, god damn. I'm gonna
How
pause it
is
one last
his
time, I promise.
alibi conflicting compared to other people? When the other guy said, I heard the shots and I went to the clock. I heard the shots and I had lunch, but I already had lunch, so I had lunch both same time and I teleported. Well, me, I stayed AFK at the top. Everybody has dumbass fucking alibis, like what?
Those aren't alibis.
I'm not sure what to do with any of that. It's just like,
Isn't using the word alibi implying it is wrong?
Well, is he trying to say that this is evidence that Oswald's innocent? Like, what is the point that he's trying to get across here?
not entirely sure.
Okay.
What? What? Oh my god, oh my god, I can't.
Oswald.
You can try to say
What?
something.
What?
Bro.
Bro.
You being present more or less at the
Now
scene
this kid's
of
so
the
shit, bro.
assassination?
Chat, I can't even blame him, dude, because who knows what was going on at the time in the fucking news, on TV, in a newspaper.
Well, he
I'm sure there was a
specifically
bunch of
talked
fucking
about a
dog
communist
shit,
plot.
brain rot propaganda about fucking communism and commie shit. And these guys were probably fucking absolutely.
No, this was 1963. Like the idea of a communist plot was like that. That was probably not like some crazy conspiracy when you given
No.
what was going on with the world.
Right.
I mean, but all right.
Well, there would have been a
suppose.
real consideration that the USSR could have been involved.
Yeah, of course. That's easily something that you have to investigate. Oh, our president was assassinated. It's 1963. Were the Russians behind it?
There was
on edge,
confusion in
fear-mongering and shit.
2001 for a bit.
Now I know the Russians were behind the attempted assassination of who was it? What was his name in Secret Invasion? President.
Oh.
Oh, what's his face?
That
they
guy,
used the
yeah.
helicopters. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know they were behind it then. So yeah,
How can you blame him? Hold up. Also, if this guy was scared about some shit, they could have easily tampered him in any way they wanted, right? If they knew what kind of state of mind he was in and what he was saying, easily they could have led him into saying shit as much as they wanted to, without even having much leverage.
Well, no, they're saying the guy was worried that if he gave an accurate assessment of who the suspect was, that it would put him.
Well, that was-
put him in the ire of the.
That was a while ago now, Rags. I think now he's talking about
Oh, yeah, time 16, I
Oswald,
forgot.
when being interviewed, may have been able to be compelled to say anything, which is relatively true,
Okay.
sure.
Sure.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Why wouldn't they do that undercover? What?
He's been shot. He's been shot.
Okay.
Live reaction to history. Like, what?
You didn't know that
You
this
believe-
happened?
I don't know.
Guys, have you heard about this?
God.
Guy, I need to tweet. People need to know.
Suck my balls. What a okay, bro, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Did he not? Did he actually not know that was going to happen?
I think
guess-
it's that he didn't realize that's how it happened.
Oh,
Maybe. Well, he's also not
Yeah, 'cause
American.
it seems to be
so-
saying they dropped the ball in how they protected him. I'm guessing is what he's getting across, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Ah.
Right. But it's like,
But that's
I mean, I
just-
guess he's not American,
yeah.
so maybe we'll give him a pass, but it's like super well known.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I mean, yeah, it's past.
They had all these precautions and shit. All these precautions. And the armored truck hidden, people outside. It's time to move the suspect. And they're just lining up a bunch of dudes, and they're just hanging. Bro, this is a fucking killing floor. Look at this shit. This is balloons, TD. This is a tower defense game. What the fuck?
That's kind of funny.
Funniest thing he said in the whole video, yeah.
Nick can even say his name right. You have to look to his right, and this guy's nodding his head.
Okay, so you dumb motherfucker. Listen, when you are giving a press statement about the person who killed the president, you want to be damn sure that the name that you say while making a public statement that's being broadcasted is the correct name. So he looked for confirmation that the name that he was saying is the correct name. Why duh.
Well,
Like what?
I don't know why he took issue with that exactly.
It's, what if,
He goes by the name of Jack
Yeah,
Ruby.
that sounds about right.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
That someone had
that's why I
put
said
words in their mouth
3
by
people.
altering the written record.
3 out of like
Okay,
9.
so we'll...
Then they should just ask Mr. Carr, who has eagle eye in the fucking building here out of steel, because this guy's got HD 4K of everybody's fucking accessories across the fucking board. Jigga Chad and in the other video, they talked about the guy with the machine gun on the ground firing more shots. They said that there was more than 3 shots in the other video where everybody was shooting and shit. It was machine gun on the ground, sideways, umbrella guy, back guy, MP5. I don't fucking know. There's a witness that is on the ground. He's next to a store. In the other store picked it up as well. The guy had a machine gun, and he was melee range of the motorcade.
Can you stop
on the
pausing
side
for
of the
one fucking second? As someone said that in chat.
Isn't it? It's wild, like these worlds.
It is crazy. The video is nearly over. He's paused, like, wow, it's funny, because if you'd be like, oh, 20 times, it's like, yeah, in like, what, a 2-hour video? And each time there was a pause, it was maybe, at most, like, 45 seconds of commentary.
Totally different paradigm, man. I'm telling you, he's not playing by the
Well,
rules.
it's just
Playing the
I don't know. I think it speaks to something that is kind of the awkward elephant in the room when it comes to this subject. Is, dude, these people are here to see the video and extract everything that they can from that video here, like, and none of that is going to be
Yeah, like,
manifesting
is there any?
on that channel, or maybe like a small portion.
Is there
of
any
that would
question
actually-
here of like what's happening? It's like it's Lemino is entertaining his audience. That's what's happening.
Yes, exactly.
Which is cool, because Lemino's great, but
Well, just you get all of the benefit of his work.
but yeah, but then it's like, you know, it's like XQC is the one that puts this on his channel, and it's like the video, the word that gets passed around is cannibalized.
On the ground. He was in melee range with a machine gun. Right. Fair enough.
Motivations to choose from. Besides, what kind of clue?
Fair enough, but that theory falls short when there's multiple parts that all are going the same direction. Sometimes you can say one is
Same
doing that,
direction.
one is doing that, and they're both
Direction sounds like erection. Like it's a fucking joke. Calm down.
gonna cross each
I'm
other.
sick of this.
I'm sick of it. Damn it.
I'm
Angle in the
sick
same
of Jamaica
direction. That's
XQC's
another story, though,
expense.
and I have to give that some validity.
Masterminds with a...
That shot is insane, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the end of that thought.
But what about the person who shot him? They didn't mention what they asked him. What was his motive? Why? How did he even get there in the first place? What about that guy?
He was rather famous for abandoning a Secret Service detail and...
Oh, the Bobby.
Because that is when
I mean, that's terrible. That's terrible security detailing right there. That's complete garbage. I don't even know what they even allow that. That's just
They
dumb.
find themselves without the president. That suddenly
Wasn't the
he
point
has
of
somebody
the video that
Yes. The point of the video is that the Secret Service are like
Secret Service struggled.
they stressed
to
the
deal
fuck
with.
out with JFK because he liked to talk and get close
Yeah,
to
because
people.
he liked to do this.
Oh yeah.
Because this is part of the broader point that was being made that like there were other opportunities for somebody to try and assassinate him that would have been
better,
I guess,
clearer.
more straightforward as a task.
Here's a question. Do you think when it was like, getting close to white people, it was kind of a bit more okay, but then when you got close to a black person, there was like a slightly elevated stress increase because they were all racist at the time?
I don't know, Chad. What do you think?
Why are you bringing that up?
Well, I just want to know, everyone thinks racism is bad, right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, allegedly, yeah.
Knife, acid, poison.
decided to shake hands.
Acid poison.
But how many witness testimony did they get though? We only got like 3 people, 4 people in
What?
this video.
Didn't they?
What?
We got a lot of people.
The point of the video was that they got like dozens.
Yeah, and then he had
think
like
of all the ones that
graphs
didn't make it into the video.
And then the graphs that were about all of the people who thought the direction of the sound of the shot as well. That was like a lot of they talked to a lot of people, and a lot of that was like covered in the video. This video included more than 4 people's direct commentary or responses to questions. Where's this coming from?
When there was possibly hundreds, why didn't they just get everybody in and just instead of doing one-to-one precise testimony breakdown of 1 person, 2, 3. Fuck it, dude. Just go with the average.
The what?
Like
just
the
go with the
stats
average report? Is he saying that just take the average testimony?
I think he's saying
That's
like if you
probably
asked,
what happened.
Yeah, if you ask 10 people and they all like point to where the gun was fired, then you average it out.
So you average it out to be in the space between where all of them point to.
Yeah, I don't know.
The sound.
He's floating over the streets, sir. Oh my god.
Even hundreds. Okay, I'm dumb. I understand that this is opinionated. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like this Lemino guy. I like his video.
I can tell.
Some thoughts I have about the whole video. It seems a little opinionated in conclusion, but also in facts. I feel like some of those I've heard it differently in other sources or whatever. But maybe I'm wrong. The facts are given. It seems opinionated.
I think he means biased.
No, I understand his argument. I understand. I get it. It's a bit like that. I think it's a bit like this, right? Conclusion A,
right.
conclusion B, right? And a bunch of things.
Is that how he
are
fucking
like
draws his bees?
all
Hey, man.
here and there and
Calm
there
down.
and there and there.
It's okay.
And
I'm
He's transforming right now.
He is transforming. This is great.
It's much easier to go to B, right? Because that's probably what happened.
That's how bees are drawn in French Canada.
Yeah.
Madness.
I don't understand what the problem is. He drew a
No,
bee
it's
with a
fine.
mouse on MS Paint.
No, it's fine. It's great.
But but people are like, oh, but dude, but what if it's this and what if that and what if this and what if that? The path.
I feel like
is
we're losing a bit
much
of
harder to get
clarity
there.
here.
We go right-
I think, it's pretty clear. We got the red is the facts, and people are saying like B is most likely, and then other people are saying, but what if this and that and that and that gives us A, and he's saying it's just too much of a reach.
But
So is he like opining on philosophy right now?
I
Of,
think
like-
it's just like I think he's just trying to discredit like the crazier theories because they require too much of a reach.
people are making that conclusion instead of just going like, well, it could have just been that because it's right next to it, right? It's how a lot of things are pointing out to it.
I feel like I see a
That's what I'm
face
getting at.
now
I
with
think
B.
that's the
You see,
conclusion I'm
like it
getting
feels like
to.
he's turning into a little critter.
Is that the
No,
conspiracy
don't-
when it's
no.
much harder to get there?
He's turning
There's
into
much
a
more
little
moving
critter.
parts.
Should have saved
and
it.
Yeah.
Everybody need to be coordinated, lie in the same direction, do all that shit. Which then it's like, well, that's much harder than just being what it is. So I don't know. I don't know.
Very true.
remix.
All right.
Doodle.
Oh, okay. So no wrap up of. Anyway, that was Lemino's video. It was a
Wow,
really
you're
fantastic
right.
YouTube. If you like this video, maybe like check out some of his other stuff and go to his Patreon.
I think he
Does have a
links the
Patreon?
video into his chat and
Okay.
moves on.
Okay, well, that's better than Hassan, who immediately clicked off Jay's video.
Well,
as soon as
yeah,
he-
Hassan actively prevents
What?
people from promoting their own work, which is crazy.
That's
Well, I think
wild.
that's
Yeah.
changed now. To be fair, San has gotten better.
Well,
Has he?
yeah.
Actually, yeah, you know what? You are correct that he's gotten better because he
gotten better,
actively
yeah.
said on the stream with H3, which we can check out next, that he's stopped leaving and leaving videos run, I believe.
Okay, so if
That
we're
is
moving on
not
to...
That's not actually
moving
strictly
on-
true.
Oh, that's not
one area
true?
where-
Yeah.
well,
Well,
I mean,
I posted
that's what I'm told.
I guess it's probably worthwhile to clarify, I guess, though, before we move on to something different. Is it safe to say that the reactions to the other videos, the other prominent videos that have been part of this discussion, is similar to this?
Arguably, one of them I would say is worse. Maybe I can actually find.
You mean XQC?
Yeah, he. Well, I mean, hang on, I'll show you.
I just want to say one thing.
Do
is
it.
XQC claims he got permission from some of the creators to actually upload the React. So I just don't want it to be that we're going after videos where like he's got permission because.
Well, so this is just about whether or not they're transformative. Whether or not he gets permission for these, or pays creators, or gets licenses, that would change a lot of whether or not it's valid to put it onto the channel. I just think that like this is considered transformative for some reason.
Okay.
But why? Like I don't see.
So the original video was an hour and 38 minutes, and XQC added 15 minutes of content.
Arguably.
Well, okay, 15. Yeah, his video is 15 minutes longer, and it's kind of interesting that we kind of jumped ahead, but like your video that contained the sped up hour and 38 video at 16 times with his 15 minutes of ums and ahs and the occasional thoughts was only like what 24 minutes, 21 minutes.
Well, it seems like on average there was an interjection maybe every 10 minutes, seemingly.
Right.
I haven't sat down to figure out the maths, but you know, they're really fast.
I would think anyone being like neutral and unbiased would say that adding 15 minutes of commentary, even if it was good commentary, to an hour and 38-minute video is not enough.
But it seems like, again, that the fundamental divide in the discussion is that people do believe that shared viewing experience is enough, even though, like, how much of that can you say stems from the creator themselves? Why would that be relevant as, like, an argument in terms of could you apply this to everything ever? As long as you have a chat, how large does the chat or the community need to be in order for it to be transformative?
Isn't transformative content about the content though, and not the viewing?
Well, I guess
experience
somebody
of
would
the
probably
content?
argue. I guess maybe the argument for the pod would be like, yeah, but I mean, I can see the chat, so I can almost like vicariously live through the chat's reaction, even if it's months or years later. And it's like, I mean, it is an additional element that isn't present in the original, but is that sufficient? Is that enough? Is that good enough?
No.
I feel like we all agree the legal argument, most React content may not step. I know it's not been caught.
I'm not making I'm trying to focus more.
Some people in my chat are being stupid. I just want to clarify.
Right. Trying to focus on principles.
So,
well, like I understand a person who would like the experience of the chat. I get that argument, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean that it's morally right. I just feel like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, because I like this thing, that makes it okay." It's like, well, I mean, no, people like to steal movies all the time. That doesn't make it okay. It's not okay to do that.
Yeah.
People like to watch children fight to the death, and we can't do that. So
there you go.
Wow, you just stole my whole argument, Adam. You gotta pay me.
I only came here to watch that video, Mahler. Why are you
ridiculous? Anyway,
bring it up already?
This I split into. He's watching a video called "The Cult in a Boarding School" by Nexpo. It's pretty solid. I would fully recommend it, but it's a bit creepy.
Interesting video. Yeah.
Like it's not a fun reality to find out about. In any case, he's watching it. I took out all of his commentary just to see how long it is with him not talking, and then sped it up.
Small, tiny video.
This is the end of it.
The mood up.
To get the mood up.
Don't worry. He comes back. He's coming back.
Okay. Good. Okay.
False alarm.
All right.
I just get terrified whenever I see just the chair. Oh my god, time 64.
Wow.
Times 64?
Yeah, that's a lot, guys. That's a big number.
Every second that goes by is a minute.
Yes. And so this is devoid of commentary, so you've cut out the commentary.
He has some expressions, and I think I may have left in the times where he goes, or,
Okay. Man.
That's... 64 times 64. Every one of these seconds is a real life
This
minute.
is uploaded. Like, I guess this is transformative.
Okay, I need 1 minute.
Blazing California
But
sun.
why
the homeowner
he does do the thing.
to take a dip in...
No!
Oh God.
I love how he turns the
Well,
lights
then
off.
again,
where
this-
it's just
this
like, I'm
is-
not coming back anytime soon. Like,
This is a little bit, yeah.
The walk away stuff is the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, there you go.
Happened there.
Yeah. Well, I
Now-
posted earlier in the group chat, Mahler, that Hassan's still doing it because he did it yesterday to the New York protest. He just walked away
Well,
from it.
So,
But the,
I think
the
Fring's
thing
about
is,
to
I
do it,
believe Hassan believes that like the idea of transforming, you don't have to do this for like the news. So he believes that like you could watch CNN or Fox News
Which-
or whatever, and you don't have an obligation to transform it.
I think there should be an allowance for some forms of content that you don't necessarily need to transform it if it's like a public sort of, say for example,
Sure.
a disaster happened and it's like you're playing the news report on it. So maybe one would say like he's excused because that looked like news. Like, all right, exhibit D.
If you could reasonably see it on in the
this is
lobby of
kinda
any
interesting.
workplace you enter. Like the news.
At is considered the most densely populated place that ever.
Whoa, which one?
What you're looking at
I saw
is
this on
considered
Twitter.
the most densely
Yeah, this is
populated
the
place
one
that
that's
ever
sparked a
existed.
lot of this as well.
On an area of just 6.5 acres, or 4 football fields, dozens of individual buildings have merged into one solid
Oh, man,
organism.
give me a
Don't do it.
Houses, shops,
No.
he
Oh
skips
no,
out of the
it's
room.
speeding up.
Oh no, time
Speeding
16,
up.
no, no.
Millions of dollars.
No.
Millions and millions of dollars, everybody. Millions of dollars.
Oh, 64.
Oh no. Don't tell me that the whole video completes and he's not here. Don't tell me that.
It also allowed
That-
No,
Oh,
but
he's back.
Okay.
as you
Oh.
be
He's back.
aware, that was
Oh.
what, like 20 minutes, half an hour. It would be between there because of the. It would be something big. The rest of this is just the same kind of reaction he gave to the
Sure.
whole.
Well, yeah, that's
Lemino.
the awkward part is in terms of how limited the reactions are when he's there. It's almost there's not much of a difference, is there? A lot of the time.
Oh, you know
I
what we
guess
ca-
the most that you could appeal to is small facial expressions.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
someone in your chat, Mahler, asked, like, what do you expect him to do? That's actually, a fair.
What do I expect him to
question.
do?
Yeah.
Oh, they must be new.
Well, I have a-
Anything. Anything
I have
would
a
do.
solu- So I have a solution for me. My community picks out the best moments of streams. I compile them into a playlist, and I play those while I'm AFK. Like that's what you
Oh,
do.
aren't you so
do
virtuous,
something
mate?
else.
Well done.
Yeah,
He is.
good idea though. It's a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah.
Or just leave and pause.
So
Yep.
consider all of your like you are now an XQC Reacts watcher. You've got all the context you need. That's what you've been getting, and then a Twitter fight breaks out. Here we go.
Just a shame garbage like this fills the recommended tab. Who does YouTube pay the ad revenue to in a situation like that? I hope it's not XQC. Imagine being so
Who do you think they
small-minded.
Who do you think they pay?
Do you think I
Track
care
down
about that
source.
revenue and it's computed into anything? I guess the name PFP explains it. I wonder what triggers people like.
Wait. If he doesn't care, then why is he uploading it to YouTube?
It's for
What's the
the.
point?
He would argue
Yeah,
it's for the
obviously.
content, for the fun, for the audience, for the like. It's he really would want to argue to you that he's doing it because it's providing like good to the world.
He can
It's for the
upload.
YouTube
Okay,
frogs.
wait. As a YouTuber, you can
Upload
upload
it
any video you want.
unmonetized,
and-
yeah.
Exactly, and not monetize it. Yes.
Or if someone copyright strikes, you just let them have it because
He would do that.
Yeah,
He
how does
said
that-
he would
it's
do
like
that.
He's got an
would
editor he
like
needs to
that,
pay.
he would.
He's got an editor he needs to pay.
So he's said that he's
Oh.
like the revenue he gets from this stuff is nothing compared to his other revenue streams, and so that's why he doesn't. As you just saw in the tweet, he said he doesn't care about it.
Yeah, but the
Okay.
problem is it's not like okay. I'm getting
He probably doesn't care
XQC stuttered
personally.
blocked here.
He put it
Wait,
together
wait.
personally, but in his view, he's got an editor that he needs to pay the salary of, right?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard him use that argument that the editor is why he needs to monetize them. I think he would just say like, "Fuck it, why wouldn't I monetize it? It's money where I can get money where I would otherwise no one gets money or whatever."
Well, we should
Well,
send
if
it
you
to
actually got a
the
strike,
guys.
you think you fight it? You just let it. So,
No, yeah,
No,
he
if
does
you
make a
want
point to
Sonny, let's
say
say-
that any and all claims that come in, he doesn't fight. He lets them go. Like so.
Well, no, wait. If you got a strike, would he fight it?
Oh,
Not
sorry. Like claim. Yeah,
Um,
sorry.
I don't know
Not
if
a
I've hit what he has to say about strikes. I don't think I've.
because if he got 3 strikes,
Yeah.
which he
Yeah, I
could
think-
probably very easily get if someone wanted to, you know.
People actually, gave a shit. Yeah, they just
Right.
did
Are you
it.
calling for brigading?
Nope.
I'm
No.
not
Oh.
calling for
We're
it. I'm
saying
saying
theoretically.
I'm saying
if
no,
that
no, no,
were to
no.
happen.
I'm not saying that. What I'm
Just
saying is that
asking
I think his
questions.
opinion would be very different if he got a strike versus someone just wanted the money from it.
Thank you so much. Revenue share, audience split, algorithm. I've heard this complaint a million times, and most public figures try to attack it from multiple angles, just to fall flat on their face. I'm watching a vid I like to my people. That's it. I'm a fan of the reacts videos, but I feel it's extremely unfair. The original videos provider needs to get a portion of the income from your reacts videos. A 50-50 or more for him. They can claim the whole fucking thing, and they do a lot of times. I swear you guys just make shit up for the hell of it. My stuff gets re-uploaded for the YouTube frogs that miss the stream. Get me contradictory analytics or facts. Anything else is ZZ. I know you're not the brightest, but I didn't.
What was that?
Mauler, you can't get a Mauler robot voice?
I don't fucking know how to do that.
It sounds like
You have
Chud.
AI now,
They keep-
Mahler. Come on.
They keep doing it for us.
I
Our-
like
our
the
chat
robot
keeps
voice.
making our-
He's cool.
Well, I was about to
do
say
a
it's kind of
Mahler one.
unfair. It's kind of unfair to give the robot voice to XQC's tweets because like we can really understand what he's saying.
He
and
types better
it's very
than
clear.
like he speaks. You know, I think that's fair. And the robot is just reading it out.
The robot.
Expect you to be this intellectual.
Wait. Forgetting the robot.
Yeah,
for a
what were you
second,
going to
okay.
say?
There's a massive part of this argument that XQC is skipping over, which is that, yeah, you can make some argument that he doesn't care about, you know, when the video gets re-uploaded to YouTube because it's some, you know, minuscule part of whatever money he makes, right? But if the majority of money he makes is from Twitch and from the streaming of it, the idea is like, right, and also subscribers. And
Okay, this is retarded.
He can't.
Just
Wait,
got paid
hold on,
$100 million
Chud. Hold on.
by fucking-
Chud. Calm down. You don't know what I'm gonna say.
No, I will not calm down, but I'll let you continue, please.
Wow,
Thank
tone
you.
police.
I appreciate
Tone
that much.
policing. Wow.
The whole thing here is that he's saying, oh, it doesn't matter if I don't. He's like trying to make this argument that like I'm not making money from this. It doesn't matter, but it does matter because if he didn't do this on his stream, if he just like, oh, I have to go AFK, or oh, I don't know what content to cover, I'm just gonna sit here and play a video game or talk to you guys. He feels in his mind that that would cause a drop in viewership overall for him on his Twitch channel, and that would lead to him getting less money. So he does care. He is using this content to directly profit off it and grow his brand. And pretending otherwise is ridiculous.
I think it's more that he probably just finds it easier to watch a video than play video games. But that being said, I think he still does play video games.
Yeah,
right?
he still does.
Yeah, but if this, but he's trying to like argue like this element of what he's doing isn't that important, and if it's not, then he wouldn't do it.
I've got to be honest with you. XQC could go live taking a shit, and he'd probably still get a bunch of viewers. Like,
Well, then why doesn't he do it? Why doesn't he do that then? Though?
Because he wants to watch. Because he's just said it to you, hasn't he? For fuck's sake, he said he wants to watch.
He just
videos
wants
of
to
his
do it.
pals.
So he's like, I just want to do it, so I get
Yes,
to do it.
it's
Is that
that
really the
simple. I don't
level of
know why you should
argumentation we
overcook
have
this.
here?
He just wants to do it.
I would
Correct.
actually, I think I would chat on this one. He wants to watch those videos, and so it's like I can watch them live. So you know, if we could monetize every element of our lives, I assume. Well, funnily enough, I wouldn't want to fucking stream. I don't want to stream going to have a shit. But like, what?
Hey, even though mine are magnificent, I wouldn't want to stream them.
Yeah,
I completely disagree with you based on what your argument was with him last night.
Well, so wait,
he seemed very minded. I disagree with Chud saying like, oh, we could just take a shit.
Well, okay, wait.
He
So
do it.
let's pretend he has 10 actions he can take: going to have a shit, making food, going outside for a walk, watching a video, playing a game, you know, etc. He picks the ones that'll have the highest engagement with the viewers. That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's still things he wants to do anyway and finds fun. As long as they tick all those boxes,
Okay, but that's
why he loves it.
irrelevant. That doesn't matter. His argument, he's trying to make this argument like, oh, he's trying to dismiss and downplay the importance of him doing these actions. But as you said, he has all these different choices. He's choosing the one he thinks is going to get him the most engagement.
I mean, yeah, no, I don't disagree with that, but I also think that he's doing it because he likes doing it.
Okay. I mean, to me, that makes his argument weaker, but...
Isn't uploading to YouTube also advertising for his Twitch stream? Isn't it like an advertising? So even if he doesn't make ad revenue off the videos, it's still advertising to get people to go sub to him on Twitch.
I'm having a really quick look at his viewership, and you know, just over the last week, it's kind of peaked. I think it's a bit of a fucking wash, but you know, he's gotten decent viewership, about the same playing Counter-Strike. On one day, he got more viewership playing Overwatch. Same for another day. Just chatting at peaks, but I don't know if that's reacting or drama or whatever. So, you know, it's kind of a wash. I don't think that like him reacting to videos is giving him significantly more viewers that
No,
would lead him to
you're
do
not
that.
understanding. You're not understanding. It's not a question of him watching a video versus him playing a video game. It's him watching a video versus doing nothing.
Right, just sitting there.
But like, why would he choose to do nothing?
If you're going to just sit around in a chair and just watch someone else's video, or you're essentially just doing nothing.
That's true, but he's entertained. He knows that his audience are more entertained. It like ticks
Right,
more
but that's
boxes.
but that's my point. Like, if you could say he would make the same amount of viewership by doing something like playing a video game. It's like, okay, well then go do it.
Well, because that's the
that
thing, though.
But he wants to watch a video with his stream. I don't, you know.
And he doesn't.
That's his mentality.
He doesn't see like the video watching thing as that dissimilar from playing like Overwatch. He feels like the whole thing is it's all the community together doing
Right,
stuff.
but he's
and so
wrong.
Yeah, that's true. But like, it sounds like you're saying he recognizes that he could just have a shit and get the audience, but that he chooses to do the video ones because he knows the engagement will be higher, the entertainment will be higher. But like, that's as much as that's true. He wants to do it because he wants to do that with people as well. He considers that all transformative too.
He might in his head just be like, listen, this video seems interesting to me, so I want to watch it.
I don't know if you would have
Right?
heard the debate, right? He said he doesn't believe anyone actually takes a moral issue with this, that we're all virtue signaling.
Yeah,
I
he
know,
thinks
which
we're all
well, okay.
insecure and yeah.
I don't know if he honestly thinks that, or if he's
certainly
stupid,
said
or if he's
very
just saying it
firmly
for
many
the
times.
context of the debate because he's trying to win a debate. Okay, I don't know where because that's such a stupid opinion.
Well,
That's obviously
he's
a
a
stupid
you see
person.
what we're talking about. I mean, I don't know why you're trying to analyze this guy.
Okay, well maybe you're right.
His viewers would agree with me as well.
Maybe he's an idiot. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
Well,
someone in
hold on a
your
second.
chat judges said you guys kind of are in reference to virtue signaling. What the is everyone just virtue signaling whenever they criticize people these days?
No.
Well, no, it's like
sometimes you have real
did you
criticisms
see-
and real morals. Yeah.
It's
So
it's
hold on,
just
I
wild
do have
to
a question.
me.
I do have a question about this. So like, let's say we take out the material harm, right? Like the money lost, revenue lost, influence lost. If that's all out of the equation, if we could somehow guarantee that nothing would be lost from the creator, there's still a bit of a moral question here. It's like, well, you didn't ask for my permission, right? You're still stealing it from me, even though you're not actually stealing anything. You didn't do it. You're going over my head, basically. It feels
Right.
like it's disrespectful, right? Like that's what's going on here.
It could be. I mean, it would be much less harm, but there's still an element to it, sure.
The problem is it's difficult to prove harm in some of this stuff. And XQC relies on that in some of his arguments, right? Like, show me the analytics that prove harm. And obviously, you can't prove that Lemino's been harmed by XQC uploading the videos to YouTube. It's just like we said earlier, an intuitive thing that you would think that, right?
Well,
He appeal to
thankfully,
any-
not all
would
morality is
anybody-
harm based.
Well,
Chud,
I mean,
you
if
lefty.
would he
Okay.
appeal? Okay, sorry. Would he appeal to any benefit that is going to be flowing through to these creators?
What is the argument that there's not harm that
Okay,
people
so,
that new viewers are
just-
actually watching?
Well,
the
Well, no,
video?
I heard you, Frankie. I heard you, Frankie. It was something like
Well, I'm just
I've
curious.
heard some people say that like, well, you're actually getting exposure from me watching this, and that so you're
Isn't
getting a
that
material
also-
benefit.
I mean, that's also an appeal to a vague, difficult to ascertain kind of advantage, right? And how much
Yes.
in particular would be another
Yes.
one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even that interested in like the arguments that appeal to the vague,
Material,
potential gain or loss, right? You want to try and hone in as much as possible on the principle. And the principle,
Yeah.
I mean, one of them in this case is how much effort are you putting in? How much effort did the original person put in? And how much benefit are you extracting from that creation that they've made, you know?
See, there are some people whose moral system is literally just harm based. So they only care about the moral calculus of, well, did they take more than they give, and
Okay.
anything other than that, any consent conversations, any conversations about like friendship or loyalty, all of that goes out the window for those people.
Okay, but then, I mean, you could always just again appeal to the notion that there is the potential for harm. Something that I think is worth emphasizing in this case is what is the downside risk for XQC, like watching somebody else's video? If he decides to watch a video, like, surely the worst outcome is neutral, right? He doesn't really get anything from it. But he doesn't necessarily lose anything, whereas there's always, upside, right, for gain of keeping people engaged with, like, very high quality content that other people made. and then that funnels through in terms of viewership later, subs and donations like during the stream. What's the downside of watching somebody's video display other than, I
What
guess,
is the argument that there is no harm? Because obviously, look, people are going to watch.
The argument isn't there's no
video
harm, Adam. The argument that harm is hard to prove. Okay, come on now.
Yeah, it also
look,
keep up.
If 1,000 people are going to watch a video and 500 of them are going to watch them through XQC and 500 are going to watch them through the content creator, that's tangible harm. I don't like.
But the 500 watching through XQC may never have watched the video anyway. That's the point.
So the argument that it's not harmful is that those people would never have been viewers of the video if it wasn't XQC.
Highly unlikely.
That's
highly unlikely. Exactly. You said it yourself. So obviously that he's harming people.
Well, no, but
okay,
he would appeal to that in his favor in terms of the highly unlikely. I'm pretty sure that didn't he say that like he figured that nobody. I can't remember what was it on the subject of TikToks the other day when you were talking to him
the creators that are getting cannibalized, they were never going to kick off anyway, so who cares?
Those 1,000 people could be viewers at any time in the future, but XQC has taken that away from the content creator. This is like shoplifting. I mean, it's so fucking obvious.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, Adam, actually, because there's definitely some because there are some people who would never ever watch that video, but they only watch XQC.
You don't know that because they have that person could live.
Prove he's taking them away, Adam, right now. Do it. Prove it.
So hold on. I can't tell you.
Wait.
Let me finish my point.
Oh god, here we go.
Wait, it is not. Stop. It is not upon Adam to prove this. It's upon the person doing the thing that's wrong to prove it's not harmful. Okay, what are you talking about?
Okay, let me put it this way.
Okay, how would you prove a negative? Adam, prove you're not gay right now.
It's not proving a negative.
Divorce Sitch right now.
Look, I'm happily married. I think that goes a long way to proving that.
I get it.
To a woman.
I'm fighting off Adam.
I was about to say happily married to Sitch, or...
but anyway, listen, I just want to make sure my argument is clear. Like, if those 1,000, like that person that he's saying wouldn't have watched the video anyway, that person could have watched the video in 5 years from now. That person could have watched the video 2 years from now.
He's
literally taking away all possibility that person could watch the video in the future. The future's a long fucking time. I don't know how old this person is or what.
Let me put it this way, Adam. Let me put it this way, okay? There's going to be, we don't know who they are or how many there are, but there will be some of XQC's audience.
Why are you conceding that?
Hold on.
Are you conceding that?
Let me finish it first. So there's going to be some of his audience
argument that you're making, but you show me proof.
Can you let him finish like the point first?
Okay, so that's how.
We know the point he's going to make. Come on, everyone's made this point.
Fine. The proof of it is that every single person here, every single person who has an audience, it's just like that sometimes. You know, like J Mac is your big daddy, right? He watches you more than anyone else. If there's ever a conflict,
he watches EFAP as much as he watches you. Look, I understand.
No, he watches me too. I know, but like, listen.
He's the worst example of what you're trying to prove.
No. Of course, audience overlap, but like if there's ever a scheduling conflict, he's in your chat room and not mine and not EFAP's. That's the point. Is that there's always some viewers that are just
okay.
Yes,
well, thank
yes.
You. Well, we executive producer of the show.
There are always some viewers who stick with their one guy, no matter what they're watching or what they're doing, and that's that. Now we don't know who they are, but it's just how it is. That is the content creation game.
There are going to be some people 1,000% because that person could stop watching XQC because they grow up and then stumble upon this video 5 years later and go, "Oh, I've never seen this. Let me enjoy it."
Is a YouTuber really that
after 5 years, you're probably going to watch it again anyway. I mean, I've watched old videos.
Why are you making excuses for XQC here? I don't understand.
I'm not making excuses.
I'm
not making excuses. I'm saying statistically, this is likely. This is likely what's happening for some people, for some viewers.
Look, it's up to him.
This is why people say Sitch and Adam and not Adam and Sitch, by the way, just so you know.
he needs to 100% prove that person would have never in their entire lifetime ever watched this video without him. That is a tall order.
He doesn't have to prove that.
Why?
Because we're talking about large groups of people and probabilities, not like 100% accuracy.
You just made the argument. That he does no harm because that person would have never watched that video if it wasn't for him. Never is a long time.
I didn't make that argument at all.
Yeah, I don't.
I said
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Okay, if I if let's say Dev, let's use Dev here as an example. Okay.
Okay.
If Dev goes
As
to the
we
dollar
often do.
meat store, and he steals $1 worth of pork hooves, okay, to
Yeah.
consume when he gets home, right?
Mhm.
And you catch him and you say, Dev, you can't steal this $1 worth of meat from the dollar meat store. And he says, well, wait a minute. If I had to
one
pay
meat.
for this, yeah, if I had to pay for this, I never would have actually bought it. I'm only going to consume this meat by stealing it, right? Is that a good argument?
Yeah, that's a horrible argument.
I mean,
I feel like we're comparing
this is the
tangible
argument.
theft to on abstract
Wait,
concepts.
what the fuck? It is. What are you talking about?
No,
it's not
Sitch. I understand your point.
We got
but
a
now
bunch of shoplifters on this
at
line.
the other.
Sitch.
I know.
Hold on.
Bunch of
Look at
excuses.
the this excuse was used in like the 90s for MP3 downloading. And what people had
Yes,
to
it was,
realize
right,
is that every single pirated copy of a song or a movie or whatever was not actually a lost sale. Because some people actually wouldn't
Obviously,
have consumed that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, obviously, every person that downloads a song or movie illegally would not have purchased it on its own. Number one. Okay, but number two, that's irrelevant because there is going to be people that do that. And then number three, it actually does create a broader culture where there are a lot of people in general who say, well, if it's acceptable to do this behavior, it's going to have wide-reaching ramifications for the entire market. Where people say, well, I'm not going to
normalize it. And,
I'm gonna, yeah, exactly.
You
Normalize
brought
it, and they say, I'm just gonna
You
go
guys
watch
are
all this content.
normalizing it.
With the
something
movie
that-
comparison, there's a lot of
Normalizing
promotion.
shoplifting.
No, we're not
Shit.
normalizing shoplifting at all. Okay. The difference with that is that with the movie example, is there's a lot of marketing promotion that goes in that make people want to watch the movie. The YouTube video just randomly gets promoted dependent on what the algorithm feels
What
like
does it have
that
to do with
day.
any? I don't understand what it has to do with the argument.
Yeah,
Well, why are you
that's
talking about piracy? I don't
immaterial.
understand.
Well, and here, I want to get clear.
Because it's the
I'm
same.
actually
Wait,
not on XQC's side here. I'm not. I'm
No,
just
no, I
saying
understand
that
that.
You
I don't
are.
think
Look,
I
you're
don't think
voting-
the revenue harm argument is as
Right.
strong as you think
no,
it is.
it's no way.
Yes,
It's true.
correct.
Yes, it's true that there will be some percentage of people that will watch it on XQC and will not have watched it on their own. That's true, but to me, that's irrelevant for the shoplifting example.
irrelevant.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
I just don't think we need to bring in the shoplifting thing. We just talk about the issue as it is without bringing.
No,
in the
because this is the
shoplifting thing.
Why are
problem.
you
No, this is
sweating,
the
Chad?
wait.
Why are you
wait,
so
no,
sweating over
this,
this?
exactly. Because this is the socialism
Exactly.
thing, yeah. No,
Exactly.
this is the,
Wait, what
this
you
is the
got to do
problem.
react content all the time? What the fuck are you on about? If I'm a thief, you're a thief.
I know
okay?
we're just teasing you. I love you, Chud.
Yes,
Okay,
come
we're
on,
just teasing
Chud.
We're just friends.
Chud, you're
Anyway, no, so here's the problem. Because when we're talking about shoplifting, because it's a physical good, everyone has been so conditioned to understand that it's wrong to do that. But when we're talking about this kind of non-physical good, like a movie or a YouTube video, people like suddenly like their brain shuts off and they're like, well, it's different. No, it's the same fucking thing. There's a reason it's called intellectual property. We're still talking
Yes.
about property rights. That's why I got so like
Yes.
fucking triggered when I was listening to you, Mahler, debate him last night. He kept saying he's a capitalist. He's not. He's literally arguing against property ownership and property rights by saying that
Yes.
he gets to
It's,
take someone else's property and do whatever the fuck he wants with it.
It is kind of
God
strange
bless
that
America.
it seems to be like the notion that you've created something like a video, or I guess more broadly a piece of art. The idea of like ownership of that, I don't know. It seems like it does seem like a lot of people are really resistant to the notion of ownership of like.
It's just
creative
because
work.
people are used to. It's because of this actually came up in the debate that you guys were having last night, and I think it's really true. It comes down to the ease of use of stealing the material.
Yes.
Yes,
Totally.
we've become so used to it, so used to logging on. I mean, what Chud said about the sponsorship block things, and the like
Yes.
the sense of kind of entitlement
Ad
that
block,
comes
yeah.
along with that. Like I understand that sentiment because we're so used to. I get on YouTube. That's all of the content I will ever need for the price of an internet. You know, just if I pay for internet, I've got YouTube. I'm done. I'm set for life on
Okay.
entertainment. I could
So
spend
here's
no
the- here's the
money.
Here's,
just
wait, no,
getting-
I know why they're fucking
Okay.
shoplifting. I figured it out. I figured it out, and all you're talking. Okay, the
you.
store has paid a supplier to get that fucking beef hoof in. Okay, so that being stolen is depriving them
Is that
of
like
that
a Welsh
investment that they've
dish
made.
or something?
Yeah.
Listen, shut up, shut up. Okay, listen, I'm talking. I'm not coming, okay.
It's a terrible
Not
argument.
doing
Meat
that.
Stars, Dollar Meat
Whilst
Stars.
I
This is a
agree
terrible
in-
argument.
Let him finish,
Whilst
Sitch,
I
and then you
agree
can
in
go.
Principle, whilst I agree in
to him.
principle with some of what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The creator that's putting the YouTube video up has not made that same level of investment, and there's no guarantee again that the person watching on XQC is going to go and watch the original video anyway.
Well, that's just
Okay.
not
Let me
correct,
tell you why
isn't
that's a bad argument. Okay. Number one, if you're editing videos on YouTube, especially to the level that Lemino is, he is paying editors. He is buying graphic design programs. He is drawing from years of experience and time. And this is the real thing. Time is
Editing
money,
costs,
okay? So for
Well-
every hour that a person is creating a YouTube video, that's an hour they could spend doing some other job getting that money.
Here's
So
a
no, you
question.
are stealing from an investment from them.
Here's a question on the shoplifting one. If somebody, you know, could you always say, well, that person wouldn't have bought the chocolate bar if they weren't going to steal it?
Wait, what?
No,
Yeah,
no,
that
you can say.
person wouldn't have bought the chocolate bar if they weren't gonna. They'd only steal it. They wouldn't buy it. You could appeal
Yeah,
to that. as
that was the dollar meat pork hooves argument.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Sitch. So I actually have a question for you then. So when I mentioned earlier my hypothetical, like let's just take the material harm out of the conversation.
Right.
Let's just forget
Why?
about
How convenient. How
just
convenient.
just for hypothetical sake, Adam. Okay.
No, let's
say
not.
that like
Why?
let's
Just for the sake of
ignore.
argument.
You got to prove that before
Just
we
for the
take it out
sake
of
of
the
argument, let's just take that out. Is with the dollars gained in loss or the revenues or new viewers, whatever. Let's just ignore all that for a second. Is rewatching content still immoral?
So I think most people, I would wager, okay, and you know what I'm talking about, Dev, and Adam knows what I'm talking about, but I don't know if anyone else knows what I'm talking about when we start bringing up John Haidian moral foundations, okay? I think most people, if you could, in a hypothetical scenario, remove all the money elements and you know, all the things that you stipulated, I think most people wouldn't care overall, but there would still be a proportion, I think there'd be the minority, but there'd still be a proportion of people that just still view it as, this is my property, you have to ask my permission.
Yeah.
But personally, I
That's
wouldn't care
that's
that
the
much, because I
consent
don't have
argument,
that
right?
attitude.
I mean, that is a really fundamental question, right? About, well, I mean, that's kind of the nature of property, right? Is like you have a right to enforce the way that property is dealt with by anybody, like in the world, basically. With
I
certain
mean, you
exceptions,
do if you believe
obviously.
in liberal capitalism, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
so
I think
Yeah.
the thing is we're all YouTubers here in one flavor or another. Okay, I think we all know what the curve looks like on a video when you first release it, right? You get a bunch of viewership initially, and then it tails off to a kind of flat line that gradually increases over time, right? We all know
That's
that
not all
pattern.
content, though.
But generally, you would agree, right? Generally,
Broadly
that's-
speaking, that's the trend that you see, isn't it, Adam?
For
Yes or no?
Yeah, for these throwaway YouTube videos, but not for like premium pieces
Um,
of content.
well, I
Obviously,
mean,
revenue streams can pop up all over the place in the
Oh,
future.
sorry,
That's the reason
well,
why
the
they
curve
do
of
In
it.
general,
viewership-
you get like listen. In
but
general,
even
you
with,
get
even
90% of your views in the first week. Yes.
Even with
Look,
Lemino,
exactly.
was
Thank you,
being-
Short
For
Fat
a
Taku. Was that
throwaway
difficult?
YouTube video, yes, but
No,
for
no, no,
premium
but
pieces of content, you can obviously license them out in the future in other platforms.
No, we're talking about viewership, which is what you claim is being stolen by the reactors. That's the main metric we're looking at discussing this.
Conveniently for you,
Well,
that's
what
why
Chad is
you're
saying
making
No,
is-
not convenient for me. That's the whole point. You're claiming that someone is uploading a video and stealing videos from the original video. So it's your fucking point.
The thing
Look,
I was
if it's a premium
very
piece of content that revenue streams can pop up in the future, but those revenue streams can't exist because that content has been all used up, everyone's seen it, and obviously that's creating harm.
That's sort of the point that I think, because you're hinging your argument on once a person has watched a video, they will most likely never watch it again. The tricky thing about that is that argument does kind of get nullified to the people that engage with media differently, and when they like something, they watch it a bunch of times. You know, so, and I'm not saying that your argument is incorrect, nor am I saying the argument that, hey, people get a favorite thing and then they rewatch it 20 times. I don't think either of those are incorrect. They just both happen, and they kind of cancel each other out as far as as far as being a argument that could win the discussion, you know?
Okay,
yeah,
so
I
so
think
here's the thing. Here's the
up
thing.
to the content creator, obviously. So the content creator should be able to decide how their content is disseminated. So I don't see any difference between this and
The thing is,
theft. He's obviously not transforming the content in any meaningful way.
I don't disagree.
And,
that
and having this
Keep going then.
experience, this shared experience thing, is not about transforming the content. It's about how you consume the content. It's a completely different argument.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. Let's look at the other end. If someone was to watch a video that was 5 years old, okay, and react to it on stream, do you think that would be stealing views from the original video?
I mean, you could, reignite interest in the content. Like Sitch has said, if someone wanted to react to our content, we would kind of do this cost-benefit analysis on whether or not that would be good promotion versus lost revenue. But sooner or later,
What would
that
make a
that
difference? Your claim is that listen.
look,
Your
every
claim is
cre-
the upload.
let me finish. Just let me finish. Just let me
Finish.
finish, Chud. Just let me finish. Let me finish
Okay,
the
okay, go
argument.
on, go on.
Like when you do that cost benefit analysis, every single creator should be able to do that cost benefit analysis themselves. It's not fair to say, listen, I fucking shoplifter should be able to do the cost benefit analysis on you, whether or not this is promotional for you, which is exactly what Hassan is doing. Hassan comes out and says, listen, it's
Adam,
more promotional for you than money
Adam,
you would make.
Adam, so this is now a consent argument, not like the money of math of money argument, because now it relies on the consent of the person.
It is absolutely a consent argument, but that consent argument will obviously be made on this metric of whether or not it's more worthwhile for promotion.
The basic point I'm making is really simple. The majority of a YouTuber's viewers is going to be within the first period of time, say a couple of weeks. After that, any reacts are unlikely.
We already dispense with that argument, Chud.
Well, here, I will reply to you directly
because
Adam,
you're making this assertion that doesn't exist for every single piece of content. Obviously, you can have. This is not true. I've had videos that have sat on my channel for 6 months and then gone viral out of the blue. Okay,
Why do they go viral?
Argument you're making
Why do they go viral out of the blue?
Usually an algorithm change.
YouTube algorithm discovered it. So what you're saying isn't even factually correct.
Okay, but also it could be that someone watches the video and then that also leads to not only a boost of viewership on that video, but also people coming to your channel and watching other videos too.
Yeah.
But if
so
the
why
person,
don't we see that?
If the person
well,
makes,
sometimes you do.
you know,
Sometimes you do see that. Sometimes you don't. But what I haven't seen is proof that someone putting a react video up, right, has an observable, demonstrable negative impact on the video as an alternative. I've not seen that evidence.
I have seen like positive impacts, right? So, for example, Chud, you've watched my videos, and I've seen your viewers in my comments later on, right? Like
but if
5
we want to
videos,
look
10
at
videos later.
We've covered this with the Hassan thing, and now with XQC. These are the massive streamers, and they don't make the bump.
Well, yeah, not always.
I'm not trying to justify. Obviously, I agree overall with what everyone is saying. The only point I'm making is this argument.
I like it.
The only point I'm making is the argument that it causes a demonstrable harm to the original video is not something I've seen good evidence for.
No, I don't think that's consistent, Adam. I think it can. It's possible. I don't think it's consistent.
It's hard to make that argument.
Well, and I think a key argument is that the people doing this don't care whether it does
harm. You're still shooting at them.
But but in your scenario, Adam, it would mean that if they could either hit them, miss them, or it could provide them money. You know what I mean? Like it's
you shoot a gun and they just like $100 a piece.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just when I brought up to Destiny, I was like, do you think
who is in the best Mahler? Who is in the best position to do that cost benefit analysis? Is it the person stealing the content or the person creating the content?
The point I'm trying to make is, I said this to Destiny. It's like we talk about this that every time you do it, it can provide a benefit or a cost or neutral. But do you think these reactors like Hassan, like XQC, do you really think they're thinking about that? Like, I hope this one benefits this person.
They don't think about anything.
No.
They're thinking about their own bank accounts and how rich they're getting.
No, and of course, there's things you can do to make sure it'll benefit them. You can be like, look at this channel, go sub right now, let's get them to blah, 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 stuff like that.
Right.
What if they did that on the back end? Like, what if YouTube had a thing where if you said, okay, we're now reacting to this channel, it instantly sent a portion of the ad revenue to that person you were reacting to, and then that kind of acted as a way to sort of
that would be a great solution. People are saying that I'm switching between consent and actual harm. I am sort of, but the reason is because the consent would obviously be dictated by harm. If somebody feels that someone is harming how much money they're going to make with a video, that's going to affect whether or not they consent. If they feel like this is actually going to help my channel promotional wise and I'm going to benefit from it, then they will consent, right?
But they're not going to know that ahead of time.
I don't know about that actually. Adam. I wouldn't do it that way. If I lost viewers because somebody watched my video, I'd still be okay with that because somebody watched it. I don't really care.
That's you. You're a dirty pinko.
So wait a second here. You are putting value on somebody watching it. So you're saying that would help you, that would benefit you, that would not be a harm. Other people will have different metrics on how this harms them or helps them. I am saying that consent often is correlated with whether or not you think this is harmful or helpful to you, which is just logical, right?
Well, we've watched a video. We watched, was it who was it? The shoplifting video that we watched. It was
Thought Slime.
Yes.
no, it wasn't Thought Slime. He did one.
Stealing content from anyone who
Well,
uploads a video.
well, wait, let me just make
in
this
favor of shoplifting is a moral good.
Right, so
okay,
no,
I
so
want to be clear about that.
We watched a lot of these shoplifting videos, and a lot of them make this kind of similar argument where they say, well, these big stores, they're not actually financially harmed by this little bit of shoplifting. And they make a million justifications, a million rationalizations to try to say that, well, these stores aren't really harmed by shoplifting.
But that's wrong. They are harmed.
And wait. And, they say like, oh, well, stores should have to go prove that they're harmed by shoplifting.
Yes.
Right? And to me,
I
think if you're the one doing the illegal action, you have to prove that it doesn't actually harm the person. I don't think the person you're stealing from has to prove that it's
How can I
harming them,
prove
in my
that
opinion.
something doesn't harm someone?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
How is it possible to prove a negative?
It's nearly impossible.
You can. I mean, is there a carrot in this box? No, we can.
You've got to prove the
Then you
positive
shouldn't.
point,
Then you should,
which is that
wait,
harm is being caused.
I'm sorry. Wait. Okay. There's a difference between like trying to make a logical argument and sort of like a legal argument or even a moral argument towards like creating a harm towards someone, right? It's like, well, prove that if I didn't hit you, someone else wouldn't have hit you. Right? It's like, well, I mean, what the fuck does that mean? Or prove if I didn't hit you, you wouldn't have been harmed anyway. Like, no, you're the one doing the wrong action. You're the one doing the illegal action. You have to prove. I don't care. It doesn't matter if it's a negative or not. You're the one that has to prove that what you're doing is acceptable.
If we're talking about proof, I remember seeing like Mahler. What kicked this off like a week ago now was a video on Destiny's channel, I think, and he showed some sort of a graph of somebody's video that got reacted to, and how the average viewers before and after the reaction were pretty much the same. And I was like, well, if that's the case, you actually haven't lost anything. In fact, there was like a bump in the middle where there's a few more viewers came in from the reaction. But like, I think in a lot, especially if the videos, let's say older, like 3 or 4 weeks old, like past being uploaded, there's probably not much harm actually.
You don't know that though. You don't know that because you don't know the future.
Well, okay, but you're arguing that someone's going to react to it like maybe watch it years later. The thing is, I think we could probably all agree on, maybe we can move past this fucking autistic argument, is that if you react quite soon as the video comes out, within like the course of a week, say, whatever you want that to be, then that does actually have more of a chance of causing harm than if you react to it after like a month, say.
I think the better solution would just be to have it that people can react to things right away, because otherwise you get into this weird place where YouTube would be 10 days behind the rest of the news cycle, and people would be talking about things that are already kind of not current information on other platforms anymore.
Unless
But
they were
I think
sufficiently
you're better.
transforming it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Transformative,
If you
that's
sufficiently
key right
transform
there.
it, everything goes away, and everyone I think is
Totally.
generally cool with
Yeah,
it,
that's
right?
something that
Yeah,
is
This
worth
is not
clarifying.
transformative.
Yes,
Non-verbal reacts.
by transforming it.
Away.
What I was
So
gonna say-
hold on, if this only fucks over people who walk away from their chairs, I don't care anymore. Fuck them.
Good. They're
Well, and
shoplifters.
to clarify, right? 'cause
Yeah,
going back
exactly.
to Jay's video, his big point was, I just want you to fucking credit and direct people to the video if they enjoyed it. Remember, Hassan didn't allow like the pieces of information of the video to project, and he cut him off before he could promote his own video. If we did that, if we actually let them promote the videos, if we directed people to the channels, I don't think this would be anywhere near as big of a problem.
It would be a
I
step in the
agree.
right direction.
I
but-
agree.
But like
It
people
wouldn't
wouldn't
seem
be
so
so
malicious,
angry.
that's for sure.
Yeah, people. It's seen as though you just chew up a bunch of people's content without even presenting who made it. It's like, that's fucked
Yeah.
up. That's a leech.
That's what the Jack's film talking about. Whoever that
Sniper Wolf, yeah. Jackson's main thing is please credit the fucking videos.
Well, credit at the very least may well have the benefit of someone being like, oh, I actually really like that. I might see what else they've made. You know, like it makes that easier and more plausible of an outcome than if
Or,
nobody knows where it came from.
I honestly think the easier way is to just take it out of people's hands, do it on the back end, and even have a thing where it's like, hey, I reacted to your video last week, and here's, you can choose which percentage you want to take, or say, nah, don't worry about it, man, that's your stream, there you go. Or
Well, I
you
mean,
can choose
you can already do that. You can already kind of do that with like the content ID, right? You just say, well, this is my video, and you put it up, and then when someone does a video of your video, you can like claim it. Like you can already do that.
in a way that's more like if it's like everybody can claim all the time and it's like a door that you go through and the person whose content you're using is the one who makes the decision on it. I think that puts it in a place where it's less of a dick move than if you have to seek out the claiming process and be like, yeah, I'm hitting you for this money. Or if it's like, hey, I use your content for this, 50% of my net revenue, like, so not YouTube's cut, just the net is yours if you want it, or you could take all of the ad revenue if you want to be a dick, or you could give it all to me if you want to be super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I do ignore it, and it does the 50-50.
See, that just sounds like automated claims for everyone all the time, and I don't think I like that.
Well, no. I think what he's saying. I think that will be the future. Will be that YouTube and Twitch will probably have to partner up. Whatever streaming services exist will have to partner up with each other, and they'll have some system where when you upload a video, or you could do it for all your videos. You say, oh, if someone uses my video, or they want to use my video and they don't like properly transform it under the law, I get to dictate. How much of the money I get from the video. It could be 100%, it could be 90%, whatever you want. And so when the person goes to react to your video, they have that option there to just say, oh, click, or it just does it automatically, and then they'd have to contest it otherwise. I do think that is going to be the future, but until that is the future, I do think it is on XQC and Hassan and people like that shoulders that if they're doing this kind of React content, if these millionaires, if these multi-millionaires are doing this React content and they want to be in the moral right about this shit, fucking spend your money to hire someone to go calculate this shit and send these people the money.
Hold on. It's operating like a television station. They might as well just pay for the content, right?
Sitch, you're saying millionaires here with some spite. Are you suddenly a socialist? Are you going anti-capitalist on me here?
No, I'm spiteful that multi-millionaires are being cheap motherfuckers when taking content from non-multi-millionaires. That's what I'm being spiteful about.
They are extracting surplus value from the proletariat.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, no. Out of curiosity, Chud, if we had data, let's just pretend for a second, a video was getting 500 views per day, XQC reacts to it and uploads his video version, whatever, and then from then on, that video gets 450 views per day. Would you consider that evidence of harm?
Yeah, I mean, there's other factors potentially, but I guess so, yeah.
Because I was going to say you could even fight back at that. You have no idea what necessarily made that view count go down. You don't know that it wasn't a natural go down in any case. And if you did concede that that was harm, would you then be like, all right, enough, we've got to stop now. This is ridiculous, and actually push back?
Yeah, I mean,
heavily.
the thing is, I don't have a problem with saying that like these videos, it's like ungentlemanly. It's it's not particularly courteous and stuff like that. I don't think they should do it. Just to be clear, I just don't
the
think
apex gentleman.
Well, I'm British after all.
Yes.
But I just think that this argument that there is an absolute harm caused has not got much meat on the bone. And I think there's even something that was just shared there where it's like, show me where the bump from XQC is. And correct, there's no bump from XQC, but there's no downward trend. The trend of the video just continues up. It would have done anyway.
Would be that what he's pointing to is that an argument, it's certainly one that Hassan has used, right, of like exposure, basically like, oh, well, no, but see, there is like, it's mutually beneficial, right? Because I get views and money and you get views and exposure. And I would say that a graph like that would probably more so point to like, whatever bump you get from this is small, if it exists at all.
But I think for small creators, when done correctly, it can be more substantive.
Yeah.
Like Astonox put up some information which was pretty conclusive that Hassan had helped the channel, as much as loath as we all are to say that Hassan helped the channel out. But
let me ask you a question. So there was an interesting part in Mahler's debate last night where I think it was you, Mahler, or someone else brought up this concept of like, okay, XQC, you're fine with people reacting to your content or taking your content or whatever, supposedly. And he's fine taking other people's content. But are you fine if someone, like, whatever you're streaming, right? But are you fine with someone copying your merch and then selling it themselves? And he had a huge problem with this. And we never really could explain, like, what the philosophical or ideological difference is between those two things.
I can explain it.
Well, no, but so do you think that there's a difference, Chud, between taking someone's content and stealing their merch and selling it for yourself?
You mean the merch is in the physical item or just the concept?
Yeah, like if there's an XQC like mug or something that says XQC, someone else is going to, without his permission, reproduce that mug and sell it.
Or make it unique based on his logo or something.
Or something, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess what it would depend on is how is that new merch marketed? Is it marketed on like someone else's merch store collecting viewers where there's no proof they would have bought an XQC merch anyway? Or is it
Well,
like
so
Wow.
the impression that I get in terms of like why somebody would be upset about somebody selling merchandise that's based on their brand kind of stems back to sort of like the core, which is you should have some level of ownership over things that you have created, even if they are
Right.
like a
Yes.
brand
Yes.
or an identity for yourself as a creator, or less tangible than physical things that exist in space, like digital content. And sort of, it ties back into, people want to own the things that they create. And that when you own something that you create, it seems like we all agree, right, generally, that you should have some right to say how that content is used, with exceptions like criticism or parody, and
Right.
such.
Yeah.
No,
Of course.
and I think in terms
there's
of
more to
the
it than that, though.
harm.
There's more to it than that, because
Okay.
just the profit margin on merch is so much higher. I think that's what it is. It's just going to be greed, I think. If XQC is complaining about like merch of him being sold not by him, it's going to be the fact that he's missing out on a lot more money than if someone just re-uploaded a video. There's a lot of money in merch.
But then if the merch was like people that would never have bought, there's no proof that they would have bought XQC's merch in the first place without the extra merch still existing. I don't really think XQC has got a leg to stand on. Like,
Well, if
from his
we-
perspective,
Under
right?
his argument now.
Well, if we use the example
look,
of if
people
someone
seem-
makes a no.
ahead,
So
go ahead.
if we use the example of if I have a shirt with a little rags doggy on it and I sell it for $20, and someone else starts making their own merch and they said, nah, $10. They can't use the argument of, well, they would have never bought a $20 shirt, so I didn't really rob them of a sale because they'll buy it at $10. You know?
Right.
Well, so I
I mean,
actually
this is
did
what,
try to
like-
dig down with XQC on this. At first, I think he said the markets would get confused. People don't know how to support him versus the others. And I said, okay, hypothetically, what if they did know? What if it was clear as day and that you have to clear a bunch of checks? Like, this will not support XQC. You're buying from a different blah, blah, blah before you buy it. And he's like, okay. And he moved into saying that they wouldn't share, he wouldn't be able to quality control it. As in, like, he said the term poison shirts at one point. So, like, obviously the quality of them, or they could, and he would theoretically be
The
responsible. I
dye
said,
will kill you if you wear it.
and I said, theoretically, then, like hypothetically, what if they were perfect in nature? Like, there's nothing harmful about them, and you knew that for guarantee. And then he said that they wouldn't share his vision, that they would be created in a nature that doesn't share his vision. I said, what if they did? And he said, not possible.
Well, I mean,
saying,
obviously that's
that's
flimsy
his
if he's.
property, right?
It seems like each of those steps is all stemming from, again, a recognition that he owns the thing that he's created, which is
That
his
he should
brand.
control
He should
derivative
have some control over how
development of
that
his
works.
IP. Yeah.
And he could be able to enforce the rights that he has over the things that he's created to the whole world, which is its basis of property. It's a
But the thing is, this is the argument of the cheaper items what people buy. There's people that buy dodgy Rolexes that they would never buy a proper Rolex. I don't know how strict Rolex are in controlling that, but if there is a cheaper product that's inferior, but they never would buy a Rolex anyway. I mean, what skin is it off Rolex's nose if someone's buying a $20 Rolex, so they can't afford a $10,000 one?
I think the difference there is because Rolexes are very expensive and the cheap Rolexes are very cheap in comparison. It's not like a $10 shirt versus a $20 shirt.
Look, I want to be clear that I'm only talking about content that isn't really transformative. Like, I really think what XQC does is not transformative in any way, shape, or form. So I obviously feel like what
Not
all
even
of us
with
do is
chat?
not even with chat, not even with the chair. I'm sorry, like not even with your stupid fucking commentary, because it's just like it's so obvious he's just throwing that stuff in there to get around transformative content. I feel like what he's doing is a complete scam. Like what we do you too, Chud, like I listen to your content quite often because I want your feedback. I want to see how you.
Oh, that's why I don't watch it.
Oh,
yes, it was a lot of people don't like Chud's content because he thinks his reactions are stupid. But I kind of think he's
I go
a
for the
smart guy,
racism.
so
Thank you.
But
Thank you, I appreciate
so
that.
I'm only
Good
differentiating.
to have my
here.
racism appreciated. Yeah.
all of us know the content creators that make it difficult for us to critique their work because we can't use those clips. Those clips get copyright struck. All this shit. I don't like any of that stuff. I think that stuff is hard on us who want to actually critique and talk about media and stuff like that. So I mean, I would be for lowering a lot of those barriers, but I do feel like this fake transformative content is just, I mean, it's a menace. It's a total menace.
Here's a question. I'm curious about what people think about it. Is there any mileage in exploring the concept of what exactly, how do you justify the existence of your very minimal sort of React content? What if everybody did it the same way you did? Would your model still be sustainable? Would it be possible?
Hold on. Before Fringy's question, this is a good question. I have to go though. It's time. It's
All
time.
right,
Time
take
for
care,
what?
man.
What could be more
It is
important than
time.
Things are just getting interesting.
I know. No, I told Mahler I could only do 3 hours today.
You gonna come
because
back,
before,
Dev?
Only.
before he invited me on, I was already scheduled to be on Arch's channel. I said I can do 3 hours. And I gotta go do 3 hours with him.
All right, we'll see you in an hour, isn't
Thanks
it?
for
Come
stopping
back.
in.
Take care, Dad.
Okay.
So
Bye-bye.
thanks for having me. It was very enjoyable. I always love coming around.
Oh, it's always fun. Tell people where they
yeah,
can find your
totally.
channel.
Well, y'all know me. I'm sure if I Otaku. However, I'm not going to plug my channel this time. This time I'm going to plug my new Twitter account, my 18th fucking Twitter account. Okay, everyone go on to x.com.
I think you might have a problem.
Go to sleepy_devo. I'll post it in the chat. That is the
Sleepy
Twitter account to
Devo.
follow. Sleepy
What
_devo.
is Twitter?
Sorry, x.com.
I'm so
okay,
confused.
X. Oh, I know about X.com. I've heard of that.
That's the cool site for cool
It's
kids.
got a lot of brand recognition. X.
So I recently got banned. I've come back as Sleepy Devo. So anybody who used to follow me, please consider following me again.
You always get banned,
including
I feel
all
like
you
I'm
guys, by the
following
way.
20 of your accounts, Dev. What's going on? Why?
Yeah, keep
20 of
following.
my-
Keep following. Hold on. Well, do you want to see
Just
why
keep
I got
following, keep
banned this
following.
time? You want to see why I got banned this time?
Why'd you
I'd
get
love
banned?
to see.
Okay, here. I reposted this TikTok. I uploaded it. Yeah, I'll post it in the chat. I reposted this TikTok to my account, and it got mass flagged as like threats of violence.
Was it a repost or did you say something about it?
I just reposted it. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like just watch it. It's like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to have to
I know
click on
this one.
TikTok though. I'm against
Look,
this.
That's actually a
have your
good point.
consent to watch this on stream?
Andrew Miles?
It's
Andrew
fine, it's
fucking.
fine.
Oh wait, Andrew Miles. Andrew Chong. What's his name?
Ian-
Don't wanna be
Ian
racist.
Miles
Chong.
No, right.
Andrew, where'd you get that from?
No, the fucking Asian guy.
Yeah,
Andy
Asian.
No? Andy No?
No, Andy. No, Andy.
Ian Miles Chong.
Ian Miles Chong. Thank you. Okay, I was going to
Okay.
say something racist, but anyway, he does this thing where he posts a TikTok video, okay, in full, so completely ripping off someone else's video, and just puts up like, "Look at this. This is cringe," right? Like that is the same problem.
Yeah,
would
I agree.
think.
I think that's
it
bad.
is.
Yeah.
And he gets like 5 million impressions on that shit.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
That's essentially what
Well,
Sniper
now
Wolf's
that you
doing.
can get paid on Twitter.
People
it's
are
even
shameless.
worse.
Oh, Dev, by the way, this video 100% could get you flagged for violence. I don't know why you thought it wouldn't.
It's really funny.
What
Come
are you
on,
talking-
man.
It's like,
Violence is
okay,
sometimes funny.
Let me describe this to chat. Okay. There's a person who's saying, "Congratulations, you bullied an LGBT kid until he hung himself to death. Here's your medal." And then it cuts to a kid unzipping his shirt and he's got like 100 medals on it, right?
I
So you
remember
could say
that
it's
meme.
funny
I've seen it a
'cause it's
couple
funny,
times.
But it's
It's
like
a funny meme.
But it is, you're basically saying, yeah, like look at all the kids I killed or bullied into killing themselves. So obviously it's gonna get you flagged. I
High
don't think
quality
that's, like,
meme, but yeah.
Yeah,
it
funny,
is,
but you should have
Funny,
expected
but,
that.
yeah.
But mean.
Funny, but
mean.
Yep. Anyway, I'll see you guys
mean.
later.
Bye, Dad.
Catch you later, mate.
See you later.
Bye.
I'll,
Take
I'll
care.
probably
Later.
I'll probably be back for your. Wait, hold on. Just in case I'm not, I probably will be. Just in case I'm not. Happy early anniversary.
Yay.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
that's in a couple of weeks. I should be around, but just in case I die or something,
This will be our
Yeah.
5th anniversary, right?
Yeah,
Or-
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that
So
today?
what is the 5-year anniversary gift? Because everyone
Everyone has
has
to
like
bring a
there's
gift.
like wood and the aluminum or
Is
something.
it cheese?
It's wood. The traditional 5th anniversary gift is wood. So
Everyone has to give
Everyone,
us
Everyone
wood.
get your wood
Hey.
out for EFAP.
everyone
we'll all
get your
show up
wood
with
out.
hard-ons. Yeah.
Get your wood ready
Yeah.
for the 5th. Yeah. Nice.
I'll see you guys later. Have fun.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.